Oh man, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. Guess what? Your boy Louis Sports Network is back once again, ladies and gentlemen, man. This is your boy Louis Sports Network once again back with another live stream. Second live stream of the night with another heavy hitter live stream back, man, with yet another video. What is up, everybody, man? It is the legendary Kobe Bryant against the legendary LeBron James, who's still playing in the NBA. You guys already know the deal, man. We're gonna do a head-to-head comparison. We're gonna be comparing their careers, and then we're gonna put them down in categories. And again, you guys will make your personal decisions, as in who, in your opinion, is the better player between these two players. So I'm gonna try to be as objective as I can be with both players, because I'm not doing it as a personal preference one over the other. So don't ask me who I think is better. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, make sure to share. And like I said in this live stream right here, where did I put it? Here we go. Make sure that you share this video right here on Reddit when it loads up after. So make sure that it puts up. Make sure to keep the controversy out of the video. Nobody say anything that's going to cause the video to shut down. So make sure you guys keep that in mind. Again, smash the like button, hit the subscribe. It is Kobe Bean against the Akron Hammer and LeBron James. Smash the like button and hit that subscribe as you guys come in. Shout out to 6'2", 200. Already in the building. Let me see who else is in here, man. Who else is in here? Shout out to G Money. Shout out to Joel Hayward. He says it's going to be a good one. Shout out to Money Mark. That's what's up. Shout out to Money Mark. Shout out to Ron. He says, what's good, man? On to another. That's right. We on another one. And Money Mark says, I'm chilling. So, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't about who sucks in your opinion. This isn't about who you think is trash. You know, we're not doing that. What we're doing is we're just doing a head-to-head comparison. We're gonna evaluate both of their careers. That's all we're doing. Like I said, whoever you personally think is greater, that's your personal opinion. I'm just doing head-to-head. I'm going to try to be objective as possible for both players, because at the end of the day, these are two all-time greats, whether you like it or not, whether you're a hater of Kobe Bryant or whether you're a hater of LeBron James. The bottom line is both of these guys, again, are all-time greats, no matter which way you want to look at it. So, like I said, I know everybody in the chat has got their personal preferences, but we're just keeping it basketball and we're just keeping it objectively head-to-head. That's what we're going to do in this video. So I'm not trying to put hate on both players. We're just doing head-to-head. I know there's going to be a war zone in the comments. I'm ready for it. Again, make sure that don't say anything controversial. I don't want the video to get shut down. I definitely want to get a lot of people pulling up. And if anybody decides to, again, say something controversial, make sure you guys get them out of here. That way, I want to make this, like I said, I'm going to be doing more live streams in the future. I'm going to be doing more, what am I saying? I'm going to be doing more invite more people to, like I said, to have conversations and stuff, but I wanted to do that one. Shout out to Fiction Rumble in the building. Smash the like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Jay says he's got who he's got. It's cool. No problem. No problem. Like I said, we're just being, again, this is all about just being subjective right here. So that's all I'm doing, man. That's all I'm doing at the end of the day. All right, man. So let's get the boxing gloves on. And like my man Michael Buffer says, let's get ready to rumble. Ding, 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 ding. All right, here we go. So we are going to get into the categories. I'm going to, like I said, talk about their careers. I'm actually even going to talk about some myths, displaying between the two. And we're definitely going to have fun with this one, all right? Here we go. Kobe Bryant and LeBron. Let me ask, who, in your personal opinion, is the better inside scorer between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James? And then you're going to say why. And then I'm going to have my take on it. So I'm going to involve you guys a little bit. So let me know who, in your opinion, is the better inside scorer between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. I would love to hear your reactions in the chat. Let's get it. Let me know in the chat. Let's get it. Who is the better inside scorer? That's right. We're doing it in versus mode right here. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Had to change up that thumbnail. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. Make sure you're sharing the stream. Like I said, I got some interesting stats, man. Huh. Shout out to Anthony L. He says, what is up? Shout out to Johnson Daly. He says he's got LeBron on the inside. Black Mamba. Money Market says he's got Kobe. I mean, that's overall. We're just going to go category by category. Kobe is the better inside scorer. He has a better touch around the rim. Okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, smash that like and hit that subscribe. Money Mark says Kobe because he doesn't rely on his size and can post and can go up and under on his defender. I say Kobe, but not by much. Okay. Okay. Here's my personal opinion. You could kind of go with either guy, but we have to keep this in mind. Kobe was mostly a perimeter player. He did go down into the post later in his career. Kobe has a more multifaceted offensive arsenal than LeBron James. LeBron James is someone who plays bully ball in the post. And we also got to remember that LeBron scores the majority of his points around the basket. So even though, like I said, you can make a case for both players, not by much, but I'm going to give the slight edge to LeBron when it comes to inside scoring. You guys can take it as how you want it. Like I said, this is your personal opinion, so I would not be upset in what you think who is the better inside scorer. So like I just said with Kobe, Kobe's got arsenal set of moves. He can score in the post and is a very good post-up player. I would arguably say that he's a better post-up player than LeBron James, considering how LeBron James is mostly on drives. LeBron doesn't post up a lot. And the funny thing is LeBron should be in the post a lot more. Because when you look at his career in Miami, he posted up a hell of a lot more in Miami than he did when he returned to Cleveland. So again, smash the like, hit that subscribe button. All right, let me see what we got in the comments section. Jay says skill set Kobe. LeBron is the better athlete and he is the bigger player. Yes, he is the better athlete. Joel's got Kobe Bean. Ryan says, I think the best inside scorer is Kobe more than LeBron. LeBron can have the inside mentality, but he chooses not to use them. Kobe used it more later in Kobe's career. Jay says footwork. He's got Kobe. Jay says LeBron has got really no footwork at all. Did this start? Yes, it did. It did start. We talked about who's the better inside scorer, Richard. Again, Kobe with his excellent footwork and ability to get his defenders to bite on the pump fake, and he could score with both hands. True, something that LeBron, it took him a long time to develop because LeBron was actually right hand. All right, Ryan says LeBron wants to facilitate more than he does score. Just loading for me nonstop. Got you. Being objective money, that's the key. Kobe can shoot with the right or left hand. Yes, he can. He do. In fact, LeBron scored more than 26,000 of his career, 34,000 points within 3 feet of the basket. LeBron just relies on his size. Ryan says overall, LeBron's looking to get teammates involved more. Okay. Fundamentals, he's got. Okay, we're going to go to the next category. So we got inside scoring. All right, next one. Who do you have as the better outside scorer? Now, I already know who I'm going to pick. It's pretty obvious. I'm already going to pick obvious. Who's the better outside scorer? That's Kobe Bean for me because he can shoot more consistently on the perimeter. As a matter of fact, he has a higher field goal percentage shooting from the outside from 10 to 16 feet than does LeBron James. When you look extent, LeBron has improved his shooting over the years. I thought his best shooting splits, in my opinion, were in Miami, but the game plan is still the same. You make LeBron beat you with jump shots. With Kobe, you bait him into taking bad shots. But Kobe's got the fundamentals to shoot anywhere on the floor. So I'm going with Kobe on this one because obviously he's the better outside scorer. Bron is a mediocre jump shooter. Yes, and like I said, LeBron has improved. He can get hot, but I noticed that LeBron, when he shoots, he kind of flails his arms out like, as a whatever. I'm like, okay. Shout out to Tyree. He says Kobe. All right, man. Like I said, we got that versus mode, man. Look at the passion right there. Kobe and LeBron, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, so outside score, we're going with Kobe Bean. Shout out to Michelle's daughter. She said she can't stay long, but she wanted to hit the like button. Appreciate that, Michelle's daughter. Fellow Bronx native, currently living in Arizona. Shout out to Michelle's daughter, representing for the ladies. Appreciate you. All right, so I think everybody is in agreement that Kobe is the better outside scorer. All right, let's go. Okay, this one's a little bit harder because this category is a little bit deceiving. Playmaking. Who is the better playmaker between LeBron and Kobe? Who is the better playmaker between these two athletes? In your personal opinion, guys, who is the better playmaker? And as I continue to go to the comments, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, make sure, almost forgot to put that part. All right, so let me see. Bryant says, Kobe is the better outside scorer, always gets to his spots all over the floor. That is a key. Kobe could get to any spot he wants on the floor. LeBron has a different focus on the floor, more of a rhythm player. Money Mark says LeBron only shoots a higher three-point percentage because he takes less threes than Kobe did. That's very true. Kobe actually would be a more efficient player. His field goal percentage would be a lot higher if he didn't take as many threes, which was a knock on Kobe. Kobe's shooting more threes actually dipped his efficiency because he actually would be more efficient, but that's why he kind of gets labeled. That's why I said that if Kobe would have thought about that. Kobe is the clear-cut better outside scorer, which I agree. Mid-range, Kobe. Let me see. Mostly wants to get off screens. And the thing is also Kobe can shoot off the screen, which nobody really talks about. They just say that Kobe dominates the ball, but Kobe can come off screens because Kobe plays in a system in the triangle. And LeBron is not really somebody who shoots off the catch. The ball has to be in his hands to shoot. Jay says Kobe. LeBron is the better playmaker, says Tyree. Okay. Got to give it to Bron on that one. G Money says, I say Bron is a better playmaker, but Kobe can play make when he wanted to. And I'm actually going to get in one of those dispel myths with Kobe. I also give the slight edge to LeBron when it comes to playmaking. LeBron, he's a great passer. Kobe's a good passer. I agree with that. I agree. Joel says LeBron. Money Mark says Kobe, because he didn't dominate the ball, he can play off of it and he be more effective. LeBron can't. He needs the ball to be effective. Anthony L says that's actually an unfair question because most would say LeBron is the better playmaker, but there were games where Byron Scott ran him at point and he was averaging close to a triple-double. Look it up. Oh, no, I know that. Kobe actually even did some of that with Mike D'Antoni. Okay. Richard says Bron is the more willing passer, not necessarily the most skilled passer. Shout out to Hobie. Yes, Bez. Kobe versus LeBron is asking, what's my favorite kid? Hey, that sounds great. Watchful News says, what does better passer mean? Who's the better playmaker? I mean, that could come down to many things. Studying both of their careers. So Richard says, Kobe can make every pass, just not as prone to make those passes. All right. Smash the like, hit that subscribe button. 6'2" says that's a great point when he talks about Money Mark. These are some good points you guys are making, man, showing that NBA knowledge. There you go. Ryan says both players are the same, but they just have different mentality as playmakers. Interesting. Yo, let's continue to get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get more people watching, bro. Okay, like I said, this isn't to be like some fanboy stuff. This isn't supposed to be like, I can't stand Kobe or LeBron. We're just looking at these two objectively. This is what we're doing. Again, both of these guys all-time greats. Or asking which I like the best. So that's what we're going to have to figure out. Kobe understands defensive schemes better. G Money says Bron is 16-6 versus Kobe, but Bron has better teams. But bro, we're just only talking about playmaking. We're not getting into team accomplishments there. So we got to wait on that. We got to wait on. We're going to get to that though. We're going to get to that. Whatchamacallit? All right, no doubt, Johnson. Take care, man. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my man Johnson Daily. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the man's channel. I will not choose between them. It's a tie. Hey, it's okay. I'm just trying to be objective, bro. Anthony L says LeBron had better court vision, but that doesn't necessarily make him a more effective player. Interesting point, Anthony L. I see that Anthony L is being objective when it comes to LeBron. It's like, well, he's good at this, but that doesn't mean that. See, Anthony L is basically saying you got to use context when you're talking about, a category. And that's what I'm trying to do with you guys. Because sometimes someone could be clearly better at something, and then you look at a category and it's like, well, this player should be better than him, but it's like you got to take into account this and this. And that's what I'm trying to get with you guys when we study both players, looking at them objectively, right? Smash the like, hit that subscribe. Okay, so G Money says Kobe shoots 50% when being guarded by LeBron, while LeBron shoots like 27 when Kobe guards him. LeBron is an overrated passer. He played 20,000 more minutes than Magic, yet he has 800 and something less assists. And almost 1,000 more turnovers. Well, as a matter of fact, we're going to get to a playoff stat that I have put in a video when they say that LeBron is just this unbelievable passer. But like I said, I'm going to try to keep it objective for the most part, so we're going to wait. But shout out to you, keep it up. Shout out to Johnson Daily. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to Johnson Daily's channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the man's channel. 6'2" says LOL. Jose says, but LeBron has the better passing. He just has more assists. But again, it goes back to what Anthony said, Jose. Just because you have more assists doesn't mean that you're the better passer. You got to put context into that. LeBron does have more assists. And like I said, I will give the slight edge in playmaking to LeBron James. But they make it seem like if he's a better passer than Magic, and I say hell no to that because he's not even in Magic's stratosphere as a passer. And one can make the case that Larry Bird is a better passer than LeBron. And then when you look at the point guards, you could say guys like Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash. So that's why I'm saying that LeBron is great. He's a great passer, but people overrate him because we've had a lot of great point guards that can pass. And then when you include Larry Bird at small forward, when his IQ when it came to playmaking. The reason I put both because Kobe, if he wanted to, he can average a triple-double like LeBron, but he chooses not to because it's not priority to winning. It's not priority to score. Jay says Kobe's playmaking in a two-man game was better than LeBron's. LeBron doesn't read off ball or the defense as well as Kobe did. That's a fair, and again, that's a very fair point. We got 26 people watching. We got 15 likes in the building, man. Let's continue. Sorry, Love says LeBron has more assists because he dominates the ball. All right, come on, man. Let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, man. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the shares up, and let's get those subscribers up, man. Appreciate everybody. And like I said, at the end of this video, when it uploads, guys, make sure y'all upload this to Reddit. Jay, he's 6'2" says Jay, exactly. They are different type of playmakers. Kobe's not the traditional playmaker. Exactly. And we also have to remember that Kobe plays the two-guard spot. LeBron is a point forward. So naturally, LeBron is supposed to be the more versatile player. So that's why when people just say better, 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 it's like they would be even more comparable if they were playing the same position. And remember, in certain matchups, depending on the lineup, Kobe would have to play three if somebody would have to play the two-guard spot. But Kobe's naturally a two-guard. What up, JD? Richard says Kobe also has some bad teammates after Shaq left. Having Kwame doesn't help you drop dimes because Kwame does not have good hands and he doesn't finish well around the basket. Michael, what were you thinking? MJ, what were you thinking, bro? Jay says Kobe and Gasol were deadly. Kobe was playmaking. Yeah, their pick and roll combination was fire during their championship seasons. Money Mark says, and overall in their time together. Let's see. Money Mark says LeBron dominates the ball. That's why he gets assists. He makes a basic pass, drive, and kick nowadays as a player can dribble 3 times and is considered a pass. That's probably true. Shout out to Fiction Rumble, who says Kobe is more skilled in the mid-range and LeBron cares about his stats, which is also probably true. All right, so Obviously, playmaking, it's very deceiving. It can be personal preference. I'm going to give LeBron the slight edge to playmaking, but it's really not that far-fetched as people make it claim out to be. They just say it out of emotion because it's their favorite player. But Kobe can play make if he wanted to. And when you look at situations, Kobe actually can make the right play when he can read the defense. So, but I'm going to give the slight edge to LeBron on this one, but it's not by much, though. All right. And Tari also mentions the triangle, which is also something that you people have to consider when you have LeBron dominating the ball, and then you have Kobe Bryant playing in a system that also you have to remember that you're in an equal opportunity offense. So your assists are not going to be as high compared to somebody who dominates the basketball. Because see, with Magic Johnson, he was able to make passes part of that fast break. So you get more assists on top of the fact that Magic was able to play in a system too. That's what makes Magic special. And the job of the point guard is to run the offense. Marshall News says, great topics. We never get any in-depth scuttlebutt with context on ESPN FS1 at all. And that's why I wanted to do it, man, because it's like, again, people like to run with these narratives so much. Like, I mean, listen, man, I got my moments with LeBron, but it's even with him. So, Fictional Rumble. Like I said, shout out to Fictional Rumble, man. I don't see him often, but appreciate the brother coming through. Yo, let's keep getting those likes and let's keep getting that share up, man. Let's go. All right, next category. All right. Athleticism is a bit tricky too, just for the fact that obviously you would think that LeBron is the better athlete, obviously, because, you know, he jumps a little bit higher and he's the better overall athlete. But here's what I'm going to make. Shout out to Weiss. Only thing on ESPN is subjectivity, right? Yeah, but even their subjectivity is, you know, not great. But I'm going to say this about when it comes to athleticism, yeah, and I would give the edge to LeBron on this one. But with Kobe, he was one of a kind, exactly. He was one of a kind. He says the man was just the best playmaker ever. Exactly. And it's like when people compare LeBron to Magic, they really need to stop because it's not even close when it comes to that. Dude, Magic, when it came to passing, Magic was on another level. And like I said, you can make the case for Larry Bird. I'm not saying that LeBron was not a great passer, but when you look at Magic and you look at Larry Bird, I'm sorry. So G Money says, I say Kobe is more athletic and his dunks were so jaw-dropping. LeBron is the better athlete. I would say that LeBron is the better athlete. He has more athleticism. He has more athletic ability. I'm not going to lie. But here's the thing with Kobe, though. And this is why I make a case with Kobe. His athleticism was underrated in the fact that he was much more creative in his in-game dunks. And he actually had very good timing with his jumps. I don't know if you guys remember one time, I think it was in the 2000 season, Kobe almost converted a 360 alley-oop. And Kobe, he did a very good job timing his jumps when it came to dunking the basketball. And they were I would say even Froby was meeting his head at the rim. Shout out to Corey, appreciate you, was meeting his head at the rim a lot. So I got to give Kobe, you know, that aspect. And I think that was an underrated part of his athleticism. So I got to give him credit on that aspect. But 30-inch vertical ain't that bad. Yeah, Kobe's like about a 36 or 38 inch. And like I said, when Kobe got the right acceleration and adrenaline, his head could really meet the rim. Let me see. LeBron is a better athlete, but hey, he is a freak of nature. Yes, when it comes to physical specimen, Kobe's a great athlete. LeBron is off the charts, though. LeBron's the better athlete. Shout out to Corey, who says, to Corey, man, appreciate you. Man, Kobe only had a 30-inch vertical. True, but he knew how to use his athleticism. That's the credit I'm going to give Kobe. Again, man, let's get those likes up, man. We got 30 people watching, man. Let's get the likes up, guys. What's going on, man? Smash the like and let's get that subscribe, man. Kobe versus LeBron. What up? Money Mark. Kobe had crazy dexterity. I agree. Shout out to John Muhammad already, man. LeBron is, I think, 42 to 44, I believe. Kobe did more with less. Kobe with the fro had high hops. Froby was a high flyer. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, for sure. LeBron is 40 pounds heavier, higher vertical, and slightly faster than Kobe. Yeah, Kobe had speed, but it wasn't the fastest. Kobe just had small hands. That's the only reason why he supposedly wasn't athletic. And he could palm the ball, but he 42-inch, 44. Shout out to Jaya. I say LeBron has a quicker first step, higher jump, it was faster on the break, but Kobe had better body control. It was more acrobatic. That's a fair point. Fair point. I'm loving the points that you guys are making, man. Remember, Ori passed to Kobe and he did a behind the back 360. Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Kobe's dexterity. He had more control of his moves when he would combine his dunks, man. Shout out to the chat. And like I said, shout out to Jai Muhammad. Appreciate it. MJ was more athletic than both. Oh, that's obvious, bro. Anthony L says, you got to have superb athleticism on those fadeaways. We seldomly see LeBron utilize the fadeaway. That's a good point. LeBron has the ups, man could fly. Kobe was more athletic, maneuvering, and second jump was Kobe. Yeah, I thought Kobe, the way he maneuvered with his athleticism, you can make the case was better than LeBron. Clearly has the higher. LeBron's a freaking human pogo stick. You know, that's how of an athletic freak LeBron is. But I'll say that Kobe, like I said, I felt like Kobe. It's like Kobe had like an IQ for dunking. LeBron is bigger and he's faster and he is stronger than Kobe. Yes, he is. But to Kobe's credit, Kobe was pretty strong. But LeBron is stronger. LeBron is very athletic for his size. But if we're talking who was more acrobatic, yeah, Kobe was acrobatic, no question. What is one of your favorite Kobe and Bron slams? LeBron for me was one of the Statue of Liberty slams he did in the playoffs. LeBron can hang in the air for a bit. Kobe was a better ball handler. Bron had the most turnovers in NBA history. We haven't got to ball handling yet. And what makes LeBron's athleticism look better than Kobe is that LeBron's power when he attacks. Yeah, you could say that too. Kobe was more swift. He could go up and under on his defender. Do you hate LeBron? Oh, man. Kobe was strong for his size. Yeah. No, he was. All right, so better athlete, I'll give it to LeBron James. Okay, next category, defense. Who was the better defender in their prime? We're going to say prime. And then when we go to prime, then we go to overall, and then you got to tell me why. Let me know in the comments. Better defender. Corey says, Kobe and MJ shoot more difficult shots. That's why they have a lower field goal percentage. Shout out to Sean in the building. What's good, brother? Well, that MJ was actually more proficient than Kobe, so he shot a higher field goal percentage. MJ, he did take some difficult shots, but the thing was MJ was a lot more cerebral with his IQ in the terms of the shots that he took. So Michael had a better field goal percentage than Kobe. Kobe, you could say the one that took more difficult shots. MJ always tried to look for the best shot. And MJ's proficiency numbers are off the charts, Corey. If you look up MJ's stats, this dude had 5 straight seasons that he's averaged 30 points per game and shot 50% from the field. That's crazy proficiency. And this is a 2-guard we're talking about. Mostly big men are supposed to be known for the high field goal percentage, but he did this as a guard. This guy shot 54% from the field, and this guy did it in the 2-guard spot, man. That's unbelievable. All right, man, we got people watching, man. Let's get the likes and let's hit the subscribe button, man, as you guys come in. Let's go, man. All right. Okay, let's see who we got. We just have to be careful. All right, here we go. All right. So Jay says Kobe. Richard says Kobe. Corey says Kobe. Ryan says, I say LeBron, in my opinion, has a little better finish efficiency rate on going to the rim. Kobe was more aggressive to score. Yeah, you can say that. No question. Joel says Kobe. Anthony L says, we have to be careful to put things in proper context. Yeah, no. With these categories, if you can put things in proper context, you can. And I think so far everybody's doing a good job of that. Kobe's a way better defender than LeBron. Okay, Sean, got to make your case. Both are even on defense. Okay, Tyree, what makes you say that both Kobe and LeBron are even on defense? That's interesting. Interesting you say that. Kobe was a way better defender. LeBron just got occasional blocks and steals. Okay. We says 2013 LeBron was a top 5 defender. But Kobe was more consistent. LeBron's peak is higher but less consistent. That's a very objective and fair point. I like what you said about that, Reese. Kobe was more consistent, but LeBron has a higher peak value if you're talking about 2013. Okay, but he focused on one season. We got 40 people watching. Wow, man. Let's keep smashing those likes and keep smashing that subscribe button, man, if you guys come in. All right, G Money says Kobe was a way better defender than LeBron because he was capable of staying on his man. LeBron chooses to play D and he gets lazy at times. Subjective. 6', 200 says prime Kobe, overall Kobe. It's not even close. LeBron in his prime got torched by JJ Barea, and he's talking NBA Finals, 2011. I have my fault defense, but nothing like LeBron these past 5 years. LeBron has never been a lockdown defender. Kobe was. To be honest with you, when you look at both guys defensively, LeBron has guarded some of the best players in the league. I give him credit. I mean, he's made 6 all-defensive teams, 5 of them first team, 1 second team. Kobe made 12 all-defensive teams. 9 out of his 12 were first team, which is tied. He's one of 4 players to have made 9 defensive first teams in NBA history. That would be with Kevin Garnett. That would be with Gary Payton. And that would be with the legendary all-time great, as you guys know, mostly universally known by people as the GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So, shout out to Ryan Powers, who says LeBron, Roddy Rascals. He says, shout out to Roddy Rascals as well, man. Again, smash that like and hit that subscribe. He says he's taking LeBron as the better defender. That's cool. Like I said, we're being objective over here. Money Mark says LeBron mainly shoots from 3 feet. That's why he has a higher field goal percentage than MJ. Sean says, what other categories did I miss? We talked about inside scoring, Sean. We talked about outside scoring. We talked about playmaking, and we talked about athleticism. So we're on the 5th category, which is defense. Okay, LeBron is a better chase down blocker than Kobe. There, you happy? That's true. Kobe man to man. LeBron was the better help defender, where ups can help with that. LeBron played better passing lanes, but some of that is losing your man to a degree. True. I like that objective point, Jay. I disagree. Kobe peak was higher and he was more consistent. Okay. Richard says, man, MJ was just super athletic. When you're up in the air for an extra second over every defender, you're going to always get good shots. You know what's so crazy, Richard, now that you mentioned that? Yo, MJ, his ability to pass while in the air was crazy. His ability to pass in the air was crazy. Now, he doesn't get labeled as the great, obviously one of the greatest playmakers, but his passing in the air was crazy. Corey, chase downs LeBron, but in general, Kobe. I say the better defender would be in the exterior, Wayne, Kobe, LeBron interior because of chase down blocks and just regular blocks. Okay, another fair point. So he's talking about perimeter to post defense. Okay, LeBron. Okay, Ryan's got LeBron. Joel says Kobe was all defensive first team 9 times. LeBron was all defensive first team 5 times, which I just said. And overall selections 12-6. MJ shot 52% from the field before going to the Wizards. I know going to the Wizards and playing those 2 years dropped his field goal percentage to 49.7. Shout out to, we got Ryan N and we got Ryan P. Shout out to the King. Appreciate you. Like I said, guys, make sure y'all subscribing to the channel. If you're new here, Roddy says I'm taking LeBron. Cool, that's fine. LeBron doesn't even defend the best player most of the time unless he has to. LeBron was average in lockdown. Kobe shot 43% for 27.5 points. LeBron shoots 57.5% for 28 points. Wait, where did you get those? Are you talking about those as career stats? Money Mars says, go watch the 2007 finals. LeBron guarded Tony Parker, then you will retract from that statement. LeBron is not a better defender than Kobe is. Again, we got personal opinions. Remember, I'm just trying to keep it objective for both players. Like I said, I got my gripes with both of these guys. LeBron is 10th, 3rd, or 2nd team all-time defense. Remember, I said he has 6 defensive selections overall. 5 of them he made first team, and then 1 he made second team. Kobe is more first team defense, better one-on-one defender, hard to beat off the dribble, great post defender, and defense is all about effort. And please tell me when you can see LeBron being more of a dog. Ryan says this year. Oh, okay. He's talking about this year. Got you. Sean says LeBron relies on his size when he defends. Kobe is purely skill, and the thing is, Kobe has to use his skill because Kobe doesn't have this. He doesn't have LeBron's size. Bron is a better shot blocker than Kobe, but D is more than just blocking shots. Shout out to Roddy Rascals for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you. LeBron is more versatile defender than Kobe, but I wouldn't say he was a better defender than Kobe. I like that statement right there. Shout out to the king by saying that. Because you're more versatile doesn't mean necessarily mean better. And like Anthony L says, you have to put context into these categories, unless some of them are clearly obvious that one is better than the other. I like this statement, and everybody needs to look at that. LeBron is more versatile, but I wouldn't say he was better. And you can make that point. Okay, so we're about to get into the next category. Kobe didn't need someone to push him to play defense like LeBron did. All right. Shout out to I'm the Culture TV. LeBron checks more positions, but Kobe's a better on-ball defender. Okay. Big Mitts help your game on both ends more than you may know. Oh, absolutely, Jay. And I'm glad you brought that up. It's one of the things that help MJ on both sides, on offense and defense. When on offense, he can toy around with the defender where he can't even steal the ball. He can't even reach it. So, yeah, having big hands does help. I mean, just ask Dr. J, just ask Elgin Baylor. LeBron's a better passer, scorer, versatile defender. Right now, we're just talking about defense, and we're going to get to more categories. Jai has said you can't really base it all on defensive awards. Oh, no. I'm just talking about overall selections. Like, I'm not basing it on that. Because Clay deserves more than one All-Star. Oh, no, he deserved more. But that was the NBA. See, they prop him up when it's playing against LeBron, but LeBron knows how to turn it on when he wants to on defense. It's proven in the playoffs. It is about going all gas and no brakes, about conserving your body for a long career. Part of it is true. We also have to take into account in the era that we're into. Excuse me. Inside scoring, LeBron, if we talk about the paint, outside shooting, Kobe, athleticism, Bron. Not in 1 year, Kobe shot 43% for 27.5 points and never shot above 50%. LeBron has shot 57%. Actually, no, the 43% and going 27.5 points, that's actually not true. Kobe does have seasons where he did shoot 45 to 46%, averaging 28 a game, at least 45%. Now, 50%, I agree with you. I agree with you on the 50%, but the 43% is actually not true. He definitely, you have to do your research. If you look at some of his seasons, just look at 2007. He averaged 31.5 points per game. That was when he won the second scoring title, second straight, and he shot over 40. He shot just a little over 46% that season. If you look at also 2009, Kobe averaged 27 a game, and he shot 46.8% from the field. Again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as you guys come in. Like I said, make sure everybody subscribes. Gary Payton took Kobe under his wing defensively. Yeah, Gary Payton told the story. He showed him all his moves defensively. He said it on the All the Smoke show with Jack and Matt. Great point, Anthony O. Ryan says, every go-to defender don't guard the top team's number one guy all game, which is true. A lot of times that goes into situations, so that's a nice way to use context. Facts. Look at Kobe's hip movement when he defends. Ooh, nice one, Corey. Loving the knowledge you put right there. Nice. You should always also look at Kobe when he does his one-on-one defense. You should always also look at, I like the fact that Corey said hips. Look at his defense. Look at his feet on how he positions himself in terms of the direction that he wants the defender to go. Also look at his hands. You should look at, there was a defensive possession that he went up against Dwayne Wade. Bro, he defended Dwayne Wade from 94 feet to the 24-second shot clock. That was on a play. So it shows you the type of defense that Kobe was capable, that obviously he showed he could play. All right. Okay, LeBron is only more versatile because of his size. Oh, I'm about to choose 6 foot. Everybody's just making comments on the defense. Jay says paint. LeBron could get that nod. Post play, Kobe all day. He says you didn't choose who's the better defender to you. All right, NBA may bring the season back in Walt Disney Resort in Orlando. All right, what's the next category? I'm about to get to it right now. Ryan Powers is a coach. Like I said, man, I know that. I'm just saying he shot 43%. I guess you're talking about for those years, but there's more than that. LeBron plays sporadic defense. He often leaves his defender open so he could grab a rebound. I'm not. Um, what's the field goal percentage outside the paint, though? It's actually better. LeBron only shot 57% because he mainly dunks and lays it up. That's why he shot such a high field goal percentage. Take into account, though, if you look at his shot attempts, they were not that high. Money, and he still scored 28 shooting. Oh, wait a minute, but those numbers are from the NBA Finals of 2014, though. LeBron ain't that proficient on defense. Okay, you're asking me who was the better defender between Kobe and Bron. LeBron is more of a free safety when it comes to defense. Kobe is more so a one-on-one defender when it comes to on-ball. I would say LeBron is the better off-ball defender. Kobe's the better on-ball defender. Now, I would take Kobe in his defense, especially when you're going against a top player, especially in the fourth quarter. I have more faith in Kobe when it comes to defense, guarding the best player in his prime. But that's no slight on LeBron. That's just my personal opinion. LeBron has definitely defended some of the best players in this league, and LeBron was a very good defender in his prime. So I'm going to give LeBron his respect. Now I'm not just talking about playoffs. I mean, like I said, both of them had, their fair share, man. Kobe was older on Kyrie in Cleveland. Oh yeah, if you look at 2013, Kobe was guarding the top point guards in the league, and there were many games where Kobe held them to a low field goal percentage, even though some of them are known to take bad shots. But Kyrie is actually a little more proficient than Kobe when it comes to field goal percentage. And Kobe had games where Kyrie had trouble on trying to score on him. Ryan Powers, and it's easier to make a dunk and layup than it is to make a 20-foot shot, which is good. Which is a good point. All right, next category, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. 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 Next one is rim protection, but we're gonna kind of skip that one because obviously that's gonna be LeBron. So better off-ball defender. LeBron didn't even want to guard Durant in his first championship. Shane Battier did the majority of the work guarding Durant. That's another fair point too that nobody talks about. LeBron really guarded him in moments. Shane Battier was the one that had the assignment, which is why people don't understand that LeBron has had some pretty good defenders on his team in his career. And there's been a lot of excuses with him. But like I said, I'm trying to just keep this like as an objective, argument, even though, like I said, you guys can make a lot of arguments when it comes to that. So I do understand that. All right, so rim protection, I got LeBron. Obviously, it's pretty obvious. Next category, we talk about rebounding. Okay. Rebounding is once again, we got to put context in this one. So for rebounding, Kobe was a pretty solid rebounder. Ryan says LeBron was a better scorer, a lot more efficient, a much better passer, one of the best versatile defenders ever, came second in defensive of the player of the year twice. He's a better athleticism. Well, we can't say really better longevity because Kobe played 20 years. If you want to say numbers, yeah. If you want to say he has better numbers in longevity, yeah. LeBron is just better. Oh, we're going to get to that. Okay, so who, in your opinion, is a better rebounder? And here's the reason why I want to put this in context. The reason being is because, like I said, LeBron averages more rebounds than Kobe in his career. Kobe, I believe, for his career, averaged 5.2 rebounds. And LeBron James, for his career, I believe, is at 7.3 or 7.4 rebounds, I believe, somewhere like that. But here's the thing with LeBron. People have said that LeBron is he's like, a much better rebounder than even Brian Powers since 2003 to 2017. Actually, no. LeBron really didn't start becoming a good defender until 2009. 2009 was really the first season. I would give the better rebounding edge to LeBron, but just slightly. Kobe was a pretty good rebounder for his career. As a matter of fact, if you take into account that if you take into it, here's what you got to take into account. LeBron has more size than Kobe. So you really have to say, so technically LeBron is supposed to be the better rebounder. But Kobe averaged 5.2 at his position. So that's pretty good that's pretty good for a two guard because you have to understand position as well. I think Bron is a better defensive rebounder, but Kobe's a better offensive rebounder. MJ says Kobe's better. You said LeBron's better. Who are you? And Ryan. Well, remember also Kobe does play two guard. LeBron is a small forward. So for his position, Kobe, but overall, LeBron is the better rebounder. I agree with that. Kobe is a better rebound. LeBron is bigger and plays closer to the basket. So, of course, LeBron is the better rebounder. Kobe is a better rebounder. He boxed out for his rebounds. LeBron gets a lot of uncontested rebounds, which is true. Ryan says LeBron only shows interest to rebound more so he can stat pad. He has been known for that. But Kobe takes in rebounds like it's his last meal. It can't be 2003. No, LeBron just came into the league. LeBron was a rookie. LeBron's defense was not good in his rookie season. LeBron did not become a great defender until his MVP season in 2009. Money Mark, chill, bro. I get what you yeah, but guys, this is my point. You guys are starting to we're not trying, like I said, everybody's got their favorites. But again, we are trying to be objective with both players. We can't be trying to show favoritism. This is what we're trying to do. So I'm saying, like, again, this is about being objective with both players. At the end of the day, we could put our personal opinions at the very end of it. So actually, to make the point, it would, so like, again, I get it. You guys personally don't like either player, but it's like, again, we're just keeping it objective, guys. So Ryan, I know you're a LeBron fan. And so, but I'm saying that this is an objective argument. We're not going at it says this and this. We're just making points. So we're not going back and forth. LeBron hunts for offensive rebounds than defense. Actually, it's really more, you mean defensive rebounds. That's what you meant to say. Shout out to Raduni. Appreciate you for coming through. This is just it's just a debate, man. This is just a debate. That's it. What I have said, that's wrong. We keeping it objective, guys. We're keeping it objective. When this isn't about being on Bron's nuts or Kobe's nuts, this is just a debate. You are allowed to think what you think, but this is not to disrespect the other player. That's not what we're doing. Those are going to be in other videos. Okay, if you guys want to go a little bit on that route. This is just a debate between two players. Like I said, at the end of the day, they're both all-time greats. I'm just keeping it objective. That's it. Because I want to dispel this notion that all the time it's like people get upset that, I'm over this player and this player. Everybody has their personal preference. The point of this is we should not be disrespecting one over the other. So it can't be 2003 when he was drafted in the summer of 2003. It's 2004. Okay, you know what I mean, Jay. Shout out to Roddy Rascals. All right, next category. Okay. Who is the better ball handler, in your opinion? Who has better handles? Who has better ball handling, LeBron or Kobe? Just make your case. And like I said, keep it objective without tearing down the other player. Who, in your opinion, is the better ball handler between these two players? But you got to hold off on that money, Mark. Like I said, we're not there yet. Oh, Roddy Rascals, yeah, we did do the better passer. We did do the better passer. Richard says Kobe. Okay, Kobe. Money Mark's got Kobe. G Money's got Kobe. Kobe, because he could create off the crush. Ryan asked a question. I answered. LeBron people are big on stats. Stick to the bar. It's true. I can't lie on that one. Jay says Kobe. I would also have to go with Kobe. I know there's some stats that are saying that LeBron is the better ball handler, but that's actually not true. Uh, LeBron actually is not. This is just a category. I know some people get offended when they're like, no, he's better than him in everything. And it's like, LeBron, to me, he's 6'9" and dribble. It's amazing. And he's 275. If you could keep that opinion if you want to. Like I said, it's your personal preference. So like I said, I'm not here to debunk or dispel anybody. In terms of dribble moves, Kobe. Richard says, Kobe has better ball handling skills, but LeBron has the ability to keep his opponents away from the ball without the need to make moves. I like that point. That one is very good right there. This probably sums up both players. Kobe has better ball handling skills. Yes, he does. But LeBron has the ability to keep him away. Part of it is because LeBron has that one-on-one in the face-up. And LeBron has better ball. We're just going category by category, Ryan. Just going category by category. That's all we're doing, bro. Kobe, slightly better ball handler, and he could split the double teams and even triple teams and made it look easy while doing it. Money Mark says, Kobe can beat his man off the dribble and pull up over his defender, and Kobe does have a nice pull-up game, which is true. All right, who's the better ball handler for me? The King, LeBron, has the most turnovers in playoff history. Well, it's part of when he has the ball too much. LeBron uses size, Kobe uses dribbling skills. LeBron uses that armbar chicken wing. He learned that from Bob Backlund, the crossface chicken wing. Oh, man. Okay, who is the better defender, better shooter, better leader, can play without the ball, can play on any systems, the closer, and play better in high pressure? Kobe. God damn. I'm going category by category. These Raduni trying to finish the whole damn thing. Okay, so I got Kobe, me personally, in ball handling. Okay. Oh, this next category is going to be interesting. Some people are going to get upset, and some people are going to say it's obvious. Who, in your opinion, was the better clutch player, Kobe or LeBron? I actually got stats for both players on this one. Who's the better clutch player, Kobe or LeBron? And this is where the myths come in. And this is the media's doing. They've been hiding stats for both of these players, and I got some. Okay, Richard said, just like Kobe gets credit for being a better rebounder at his position, LeBron gets the same credit for being a ball handling at the small forward spot. Nice objective point. I like that. Kobe and all you said. Shout out to that boy, AJ. He's got LeBron. Like I said, man, smash the like, hit that subscribe button. If LeBron could play better off ball, he wouldn't have that turnover stat. That's the key. Rowdy says he's got LeBron. Okay. LeBron made more, but Kobe made more shots when it mattered. Okay. That's a Kobe. Clutch isn't just solely a stat, it's an attitude. Kobe easy. Okay. Wow, that's a tough one. Yeah. Kobe is good at time. Wait, Roddy says Kobe is good at tying games. Check the footage. Okay. That's a toss-up for me. All right. LeBron is better. He's just better. Ryan, okay, you're going to have to make a case, but you're kind of getting into this whole fanboy thing. I get that LeBron's your favorite player, but like I said, it's just a debate. This isn't to just tear down. Just say, okay, LeBron for me. That's it. The King says stats favor LeBron. Eye test favors Kobe for me. Okay, I like that. Okay, I like it. G Money says stats say LeBron, but if you use the eye test and actually watch the games, Kobe was much more clutcher and confident. Bron is inconsistent in the clutch. Okay. Anthony L says, let's go to Anthony L real quick. He says LeBron has more clutch shots on record, but Kobe has the more memorable and most difficult clutch performer. I actually have stats for that. You guys are going to be a little surprised at what you hear about Kobe Bryant. A little bit surprised. That's my case. No fanboy thing? All right. Okay. I got it. But we're only talking about one category. It's like you're going, he's the better scorer. He's a lot more efficient. I was like, we're not getting into all that yet. We're just going category by category. Right now, we're just talking about who's the better clutch player in your opinion. I mean, listen, man. If Ryan wants to do that, like I said, it's cool. Just make your point. Just make your points. It's cool. All right. Kobe Bryant in the playoffs had way less turnovers than LeBron. Okay, Raduni brought up a turnover stat. Yeah, he did. But this is a clutch thing. Okay. Richard says LeBron is going to make the right play, but Kobe's going to take the big shot. What's clutch to you is the real question. Richard is spitting volcano eruptions right now with the commentary, with the comments. That right there was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful. Listen to what the man just said. He said, LeBron will make the right play, but Kobe is going to take the big shot. What is clutch to you is the real question. And the media is what I'm telling you is they've falsified stats. They have falsified stats to promote one player over the other, but they don't take into account a lot of things that happen when it comes into the clutch. They'll use one stat like buzzer beaters as it's to say that makes you the more clutch player. No, it takes more than clutch baskets to make you a clutch player. And I'm about to bring them out now. Smash the like, hit that subscribe button. Okay. Like I said, man, it's all love. There ain't no need to be dissing out here. Kobe's the better clutch player in scoring, and LeBron's the clutch player in getting teammates involved to take the shots because LeBron's trust. Okay, I like that. That's a fair point. LeBron will take the shot if the game is tied. If you're down by one, LeBron is going to make the pass. He has done that in the past. Kobe's going to shoot either way, which is good and bad depending on. Roddy Roscoe's. I love that fair and objective point that you just made. I love it. Kobe wasn't afraid to take the shots. Were they somewhat bad? True, but he was really the only one willing to take them because, as Shaq said in their sit-down interview, a lot of guys didn't want it, and a lot of guys did not want to take the shots in the situation. Del Harris kind of did that as a lesson to Kobe because he was not a fan of his play style, so he put him in a tough environment. Kobe had no fear. So I got to give Kobe on that respect. He's got heart. He's got no fear. Ryan, be more objective, man. More better says nothing. That's my point. You got to be objective, bro. You got to be objective, Ryan. That's my point. Like, if you choose LeBron, that's fine, but you got to be objective. LeBron's your favorite player. I got no problem with that. Just be objective. The point of this versus is to show not only in your opinion you think who's better, but you got to be objective. That's how we do it. And Richard, that was, like I said, Richard, man, that was a great point. And who else made that great point? Oh, Rowdy. Shout out to Rowdy. That was a great point, bro. Great point. Okay, Ryan says he takes the right play. No problem. Okay, he says, I'll go with the right play. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Ryan Powell, what odds are you watching? LeBron plays with your eyes by your nose or the one? Oh, my goodness. Making the right play is for weenies. I like a person that goes against the odds. Okay, clutch is way more than game winners. It's making big plays consistently. Dame has 2 game winners like Reggie Miller, but he isn't clutcher than Miller because he chokes in the playoffs. Let me give you an example. All right, here we go. Yeah, take the 3 and 6 too. You've earned it. LeBron mainly passes in the clutch to deflect blame. He figures if his teammate misses, they get the blame, and if they make it, he gets the glory for making the pass. Kobe never fears the moment. That's true. LOL, facts. Jay, no one could beat the 2017, 2018 Warriors and the 2015 Warriors with no Kyrie and Kevin Love. Listen, I'm going to make another video with the Golden State Warriors because there's been too many narratives about that basketball team, and I'm going to dispel that in a future video because I got to put to rest a lot of things on that. And I'm saying certain people have just LeBron has more power than any player in the NBA. Yes, he has a great system for any underdog team. That means he can take every team to the playoffs if he wants. I mostly agree with that. He does help your team. Clutch is defense and offense. Okay, let me go to the disproving myths about Kobe Bryant. Situations between these both players. These are stats that the media hides from you. Here we go. Okay, in the playoffs, People have gone with game winners, and they've gone with shots taken in the clutch with 5 seconds remaining, and they've told you it's 2 for 12 and LeBron is 5 for 11. No, it's 6 for 12 and Jordan is 5 for 11. But they act like that's the only stat. And then they go with buzzer beaters saying that LeBron's got more. That's true. LeBron has more buzzer beaters than Jordan and Kobe. That's true. And LeBron is LeBron is 5% better than Jordan, but the difference is one shot. Jordan is 5 for 11 and LeBron is 6 for 12. So it's one basket. If Jordan makes one more basket, him and LeBron are pretty much tied in field goal percentage, okay? But Jordan has been much more clutch and he's played the more meaningful games if you look at Jordan's career in the playoffs. Okay, so if you look at that, and the thing is, Jordan has a combination of not only game-winning shots, but he also has tied shots. And the funny thing is, there's actually some game-winning baskets that the media has actually erased from Jordan's career. But let's get to it. I'm gonna go back into the comments. Okay, so we have a per 36. This is what the media doesn't talk about, because the thing is, if we're in the analytical era of advanced metrics, media don't. And it's funny how Max Kellerman talks about this, but this is not a mention. Here we go. So this is about LeBron and Kobe. In clutch situations with 2 minutes left with a margin of 3 points. Make sure you guys are listening, ladies and gentlemen. LeBron is 40 for 106 in clutch situations. That's below 40%. At the free throw line, he's shooting 49 for 67 from the free throw line. So he's missed 18 free throws in the fourth quarter. His true shooting percentage in the fourth quarter, this is with 3 minutes and less remaining, and this is in 3-point games, it's 49.8%. His assists per 36, 4.2 assists. And then his turnovers per 36 are 4.2 turnovers per game. Again, that does not mean that LeBron has not been clutch in the playoffs. He has been underrated, but I just gave you some stats right there that the media doesn't talk about when it comes to efficiency and volume down the stretch. Now we're going to go to Kobe. Kobe, he's made the same amount of field goals as LeBron. The difference is Kobe's 40 for 96. That means that Kobe is slightly more efficient on 10 less shots. So Kobe's 40 for 96 and LeBron is 40 for 106. Also, Kobe in the fourth quarter in the clutch with just under 3 minutes remaining, he shoots 67 for 79 from the free throw line. If we do 49 for 67, let me just do that real quick. I know the comments are going to be flooding like crazy, but bear with me, guys, because I'm just doing numbers. If we do 49 for 67, that's 73%. That's pretty much where LeBron's career free throw percentage is at. Then if we do 67 for 79 with Kobe, Kobe's a career 85% free throw shooter with under 3 minutes remaining. But what the media is going to tell you is that Kobe's not clutch because he has the most misses in the playoffs. And they're going to tell you that Kobe he has less buzzer beaters than LeBron. Okay, like I said, part of that is true, but I just gave you some context. His assists per 36 with Kobe is 4.3 assists. And this is in the playoffs. And his turnovers per 36 is 1.7 turnovers. So that just goes to show you Kobe has less turnovers because the ball is not in his hands as much as compared to LeBron James with the game on the line and this is in the playoffs. Now let's go to the NBA Finals. This is going to be really glaring right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very glaring. And like I said, LeBron is an underrated clutch player, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is why I said people have to be objective when it comes to that. We're going to get to the next category in a second, Roddy. I'll be right there. I just want to disprove this myth real quick. In the NBA Finals, in the last 2 minutes of the game, 2 minutes, LeBron is 4 for 23 in clutch situations. He shoots 71% from the free throw line. His true shooting percentage is 31%. And this is LeBron, and this stat, and from this year, this was measuring up to 2018, because remember, LeBron did not make the playoffs last year. His assists per 36 is 3.7 assists, and his turnovers per 36 are 3.7. Now let's go to Kobe Bryant. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, in the finals in the last 2 minutes. Right. Got it. Okay, with Kobe Bryant, he's 10 for 20 10 for 20 in the last 2 minutes. This is the NBA Finals for his career. He's 4 out of 5 from the free throw line. That's 80%. LeBron shoots 71. His true shooting percentage is 56.4%. True shooting percentage is a stat that doesn't get talked about because that accounts your 2-point field goals, your 3-point field goals, and your free throw shooting. The problem is a lot of times that people just always look at field goal percentage as the, but again, Kobe would have been much more efficient, had he taken less 3-point shots. Because remember, he was a volume scorer because of he took a lot of difficult shots from the perimeter. But at the same time, when you put it into context, Kobe wasn't as inefficient as people claim him out to be. So his true shooting percentage is 56.4%, and then his assists per 36, these are advanced stats, 7.5 assists. And then his turnovers per 36 is 1.5 turnovers. But this is stuff that people don't talk about. And now in the last 5 minutes of the game, LeBron, 17 for 62 in clutch situations in the NBA Finals. This is just NBA Finals, not playoffs. His effective field goal percentage, well, that's a useless stat, to be honest. That one is useless. But his true shooting percentage is 43%. That's the actual more real stat. His assists per 36, 4.26, and then his turnovers per 36 is 3.1. With Kobe Bryant, he shoots 28 for 63 in clutch situations in the NBA Finals. This is within the last 5 minutes. So you notice how I gone from 2 minutes to 3 minutes to 5 minutes. That's more stats comparing to just in the last 25 seconds, in the last 5. In those stats, LeBron beats Kobe. But if you extend them, especially in the last 5 minutes, Kobe has better stats. It just comes in those last second situations that LeBron is better than Kobe. But when you extend it, these advanced stats show you right here that Kobe was a much better clutch player than people give him credit for. True shooting percentage, 53%, assists 3.6, and then his turnovers are 1.08. So, I'm just putting those things into context just to let you guys know. All right, so we're going to go to the next category. I will say that, Ryan, you make a good point. That's very true. Let me see. Ryan, I'm trying to stay objective, but you're bugging if you don't knock Bron for that 2011. Give him a props when he deserves it, and give him his knocks when he deserves them. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even Bron should have drove on Curry. Obviously, yeah. LeBron was really mentally weak, but he has gotten better and better mentally. Yeah, yes. I'm not disputing that. He has gotten better mentally over the years, but I just wanted to dispel that myth on Kobe. I got more, so I'm going to save it. We're going to go to the next category, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, leadership. That's cool, Sean. I'm cool with that. That's fine. Leadership, again, this is just a debate. Also, Kobe wasn't a stat pattern unlike LeBron. LeBron is great, but he waits for his team to up down double digits. Okay, so Kobe's a better clutch player than people give him credit for because they just say Mamba mentality. And like I said, the media nitpicks stats to make LeBron look better. And like I said, LeBron is underrated in the clutch, but like I said before, they're hiding stats. And when you look through more stats, Kobe is more clutch than people really give him credit for. All right. So when it comes to leadership, who do you guys have? Kobe or LeBron? What do you mean no one's won Finals MVP? So many guys have won Finals MVP in NBA Finals history. You're going to have to reword that. So many guys have won Finals MVPs in their career. Kobe's a better leader. He won rings without super teams. LeBron didn't. I know some people will say, well, Kobe, they would say, well, Kobe didn't win without Gianni. I'm a Kobe fan, but Bron better leadership because he made everyone around him better. All right. Like I said, man, smash that like and make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button for the Lewis Sports Network. We're doing a debate between Kobe and LeBron. Shout out to Gianni for coming through. And he says that he's a Kobe fan. Cool. But he says LeBron has the better leadership. Kobe was a better leader. LeBron threw his teammates under the bus. Kobe's a better leader when he has Phil Jackson as a coach. Okay. Ryan must be talking. Oh, man. Game 4, Cavs crushed the Warriors and had NBA Finals record by dropping 86 points in a half. That was 2017. Kobe had super teams. Kobe has super teams also. Shaq and Kobe is a super team. Bron doesn't make everyone better. Kobe does. Shaq and Kobe Lakers were not a super team. If he wins another Finals MVP, because Finals MVP is who's the best on the team. Well, it was who was the best player that performed in the Finals. How does LeBron make his teammates better? Joel says you can't be a great leader if you have a losing record in the NBA Finals. What kind of leader trades half of his team mid-season? To be honest with you, I'm going to say, listen, with leadership, this is going to Kobe for this reason. Now, I'm going to be objective about this, but I'm going to tell you why I pick Kobe. LeBron, because he's more willing to teach and work with his teammates on developing a special chemistry that brings the best out of them. I disagree with that, but you can keep that opinion. But I respect what you're saying. 6'2" says Kobe won 2 without Shaq. Kobe won without super teams. LeBron hasn't. Here's the thing. Super teams with Westbrook facial expression. Okay, Yanni says LeBron bring out that killer in Kyrie. So I think him being there is what made Kyrie go off in the finals. I will say this about LeBron. He did help Kyrie become a better player. I will give a little bit of credit. What I will say is that Kyrie, I can't say that LeBron made Kyrie a better offensive player because Kyrie, as you've seen even before he got there, Kyrie can get a basket anytime he wants because he's that good, going to the rim and shooting from the perimeter. But LeBron did make him a little bit a better player. So I will give LeBron props. Kobe pushed and dragged his players, took the blame. LeBron blamed you and then left town at a later time. Leadership, I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be objective about this, guys. When it comes to leadership, LeBron had to learn how to be a leader. With Kobe Bryant, Kobe became a great leader in his second stint with Phil Jackson. So I would say from 2008 all the way to 2010, I could probably even go as far as 2007. From 07 to 010, it was difficult for Kobe to be the leader because he played with Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaquille O'Neal was clearly the leader of the Lakers when Kobe played with Shaq. So he was clearly the leader. Ryan says LeBron and Kobe are great leaders in different ways. Kobe never sugarcoated his teammates in making them ready for games. As for LeBron, he shows more patience in teammates making plays. Okay. Yanni, most players average dropped playing with LeBron this year alone. Danny Green averaged 14 last season. He's at 8 this season. Avery Bradley went from 16 to 9 this season. You also have to account in the fact that Anthony Davis is on the team as well. So now there, and if you look at the Lakers team, Kyrie averaged 35 before he played with LeBron. LeBron said, give Kyrie the ball for the shot in Game 7. LeBron will only lead if his team makes positive results. No knocks. Kobe is more of a do-himself type of guy. He doesn't have the patience for garbage people. Y'all seen the practice video of Elbow and Sasha's teaming at the time. That's leadership just saying, well, actually, that actually made Sasha a better player, to be honest with you. And if you actually talk to players like Sasha, Lamar Odom, Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar, Pau Gasol, they would actually tell you, even DJ Banger, man. Corey says, you seriously need to debate with Shannon Sharp. I'm too good for those shows because those guys like to spit narratives. Listen, but I feel you on that, and I appreciate you though. Thank you for saying that, Corey. But I would say with Kobe, it was more so when he was with Shaq, and then in that little brief period, even though Kobe did not have the best team for that little brief time period, that Kobe was a one-man team. But like I said, if you talk to players from the teams that made the NBA Finals, you could even talk about Andrew Bynum. That's another player. Trevor Ariza, Ron Artest. They will tell you that Kobe really made them better players. They would. But you have to hear it from them. So Kobe was a much better – I would say that Kobe was not the best leader in the first half of his career, but part of it also had to do with the fact that Shaq was the leader of the Lakers during their first three-peat. But when Kobe got his opportunity and he matured, because Kobe had to mature too, I think Kobe became a better leader. He says Congo Cash Banga. More like sloth. Money Boy says, when your teammates' points drop, playing with you made them worse, not better. Bosch went from 24 to 18. Love went from 24 to 26 to 16. Like I said, man, we just keeping it as a, again, as an argument. If you were in a debate with DNBA, Nick Wright, Fizz Vegas, and other MJ and Kobe haters and broad fanboys, you would win. Well, me personally, I got the confidence. And like I said, I got the evidence to back it up. These guys will make up some other things just to say that, man. Ryan says, I haven't watched Nick Wright. Everybody clowns him. Well, except the LeBron fanboys. They love hearing him because you would swear and think that him and Shannon Sharpe, all they say is that LeBron is the most hated superstar in like NBA history, when it's probably not true, especially when you get media plants in the media. So you Ticket TV and Too Raw should give Bert a piece of your guy's mind. For real, I would love to debate Nick Wright, and I would just, like I said, I would expose him for the fool that he is. I haven't watched Nick Wright, man. LeBron needs his teams to look good to build his confidence and fill his ego. Kobe builds his teams to make them better regardless of the harsh conditions. And like I said, Kobe became a great leader in the second half of his career. Richard, Kyrie and Love and LeBron is a super team. Kobe, Gasol, and Ariza isn't. Kobe is top 10. And I'm going to say this about Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol by no means is trash. He did make one all-star team, but he was not an all-NBA player. And if you look at his Memphis Grizzlies teams, they didn't win a single game in the 3 straight years that he went to the playoffs. Pau Gasol had an 0-12 playoff record until he joined the Lakers in the trade. And like I said, Pau Gasol definitely helped Kobe. But also, if you look at all the players, they did go perform better with Kobe during from 08 to 010. And Kobe does deserve that kind of credit. He deserves it. He really became a leader and really understood the game and was much more mature. And he was a much more complete and cerebral player in that stretch when Kobe was still playing well in his prime. Gideon, I would make Nick Wright cry debating with him. Nick Wright is delusional. Everybody has thrown their own way of leading. True. Kobe said his team was soft like Charmin. Oh no, he said that, but that was This was when Kobe was coming back from. I'm talking. That was like 2014, 2015. I'm just talking about his championship years. I'm not talking about after. And the thing is, you have to actually look into context. The way that and if you look at the context of how that happened, trust me. And it's like what you just said, Rowdy. Everybody has their own way of leading. Exactly, Money Mark. MJ is the greatest leader ever. You have moronic analysts and YouTubers who think Scottie Pippen made MJ, and MJ was a loser before Pippen. Well, like I said, part of that's true, but you got to take context. Pippen, like I said, didn't get to impact the team until. That's cool. I don't got a problem with that you like his overall game. Shout out to Gianni, but I also think Kobe did better towards the end of his career because he made people around him better. Thank you, sir. Even people that wasn't on his team, and he has coached players that are great now. This is Benga's nickname, Congo Cash. When he came in, the game was over. He could shot block like crazy. I remember. Would be kicked off a team by other players. LeBron would give a 5'9", 150-pound his commissionary money in prison. I like LeBron and I like his overall game. Like I said, that's cool, man. I got nothing but respect for that. LeBron is becoming the most hated player of all time because of overloading. It's more than that. Notice that former teammates that LeBron has played with is in the mainstream media. You wonder how these guys got jobs, and it's part of the reason why LeBron gets bashed by people who don't like that stuff. Kobe doesn't have people personally that he played with working on TV to tell him how great he is. Kobe just did that on the basketball court. And that's what LeBron just has to do. Just put yourself on the basketball court. But the fact that you're talking about saying that you're better than MJ, listen, there's no problem believing that. But the thing is, your results should have matched what you said. And because you didn't do that, I can't put you better than MJ. There's just no way. Nate Robinson will beat LeBron up. Okay. Yeah, okay. Kevin Love is overrated. Kevin is a volume scorer, but he's a great rebounder and he could get buckets. And let's be honest, Kyrie has never truly led a good team. He hasn't. A lot of people hate on Kobe, putting him 9 and 10 on the all-time list. To be honest with you, it's subjective because part of the reason what they say about Kobe is that he was never the best player in his era. They'll say that he was the most inefficient player in NBA history. The funny thing is that as much as Kobe's missed the most shots, Kobe's actually fifth all time in field goals made. But they'll say that he did that on volume. It wasn't like he did that with efficiency. So he wasn't Kobe was prolific, but he wasn't proficient. So they'll say all of that, and they'll say that he didn't impact the game like the other greats that are in the top 10. But again, it's subjective, and it depends on where you have Kobe. So the Cavs had a losing record with Kyrie, and the Celtics and the Nets have been worse with him on the team. The thing is, I would blame him more for the Celtics and the Nets, not much more so the Cavs, because that was a bad situation for Kyrie that he went into. They were starting to improve, but that roster was not that good. And Kyrie also was injured too. So it's a little bit difficult to assess Kyrie on that aspect. But if we would have saw the Kyrie that we see in Boston and with the Brooklyn Nets, then I would give you the credit, though. I hate him when Bron Session was called as Jordan Loons, but MJ fans are way more objective than Bron fans. Dude, I had a dude the other day come on my video when I was comparing. Oh, it was the last live stream that I did with Isaiah Thomas. He called me a Jordan D rider. Because I was hating on Isaiah Thomas, and I said, do you see what Isaiah Thomas has done in his career? This is the reason that, number one, he gets hated, and two, he gets the criticism that he gets. Part of it was unfair, but part of it also was because of Isaiah Thomas. And Isaiah Thomas's issue is he doesn't take responsibility. Isaiah Thomas tries to hide behind people. Look what he's doing right now. Look what he's doing. And shout out to Gianni for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. And I like your objectivity too. I'm about to get into the next category. We got a lot of comments in here. Richard says 25 and 13 for spot is overrated. LOL, no. LeBron's overrated. That's why he lost well on super teams. Kobe played in tougher competition than LeBron while little to no changes to his team. I feel you, but was Kobe's career just a championship? No. I get that, man. No. I understand that. No, you're right. Kobe's career wasn't just that. But the funny thing is they'll do the same thing for LeBron too. They'll pick apart and they'll, for example, when you look at the 2011 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, Bron fans have been wiping that like if his career started in 2012. And that he's had the greatest stretch of any player in NBA history. And I'm like, you can't ignore that. And they also ignored 2009 and 2010. And this is a guy who finished second in Defensive Player of the Year behind Dwight Howard in 2009. Look at his defense in the conference finals. It was horrendous. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all go watch that. I'm telling you. Like I said, everybody has different. That's true, but I'm going to tell you this, Roddy Rascals, as well. That starting lineup with Dwight Howard and Kobe and Nash, they only played 6 games together all season. Nash was very critical of Dwight Howard. Yeah, Kobe was a little bit demanding off the ball, with the basketball, and he decided to run himself into the ground. I'm being objective, but at the same time, you also got to look at it this way. Mike D'Antoni does not know how to use bigs. And if you look at his system, Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard were not going to work. Phil Jackson would have been able to utilize those guys. But Kobe wanted to prove that he could win without Phil, so he was raving over Mike D'Antoni. Because the thing with Kobe is that, remember, when people talk about Kobe being an all-time great in terms of the top 10, they'll say that if it wasn't for Phil Jackson, Kobe was a nobody. If it wasn't for Shaq, Kobe was a nobody. So this is part of the reasons that Kobe did this. He was trying to prove that he could, play at that level. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So, like I said, with all this stuff, man, there's levels to this, guys. The leadership leans towards Kobe, as LeBron's leadership has always been in question, like when he or Wade was the leader of the Heat, as an example. It's okay for you to like your player, but trashing other legacies doesn't fly. And Kobe helped Ron Artest not to lose his composure, sort of like MJ helped Robin not to lose his when he played him. It's true. So I remember Rodman, Kobe, he got me a ring. I want to thank my psychiatrist. Kobe got me a ring. Kevin Love was underrated. He just had mediocre teammates and bad management. But like I said, when you look at Kevin Love, volume shooter, Kobe's top 5, in my opinion, LeBron top 105. I know you can't stand him. but that's sheer ignorance. LeBron was laughing at KG, man. LeBron would beat up centers. I disagree with that one. Coach Thompson used to say he'd rather have someone you need to reel in, not a corpse. The so-called coaches seem to not have a pulse on some key players the last 20 years. It's not addressed. Just look at Russell Westbrook, for example. The excuses they used to keep Kobe out of the top 10, they use on nobody else. That's probably true because that's why I said that I mentioned the other great players, because when you look at the other great players, they would act like if only 10 players existed. And what dominates the headlines? What dominates the conversation in every day? Jordan and LeBron. Now Isaiah comes in. It's either to pump up LeBron and discredit Jordan. So that's what's happening now. I got no problems with LeBron giving his boys jobs. Just stop slurping him with biased nonsense. I admit MJ needed Pip, but Pip needed MJ. People like using that 1-9 narrative. Thank you, G-Money. It seems like MJ was a choker in the playoffs, but he was balling. It just wasn't the fact that he was balling. Look at the teams he played. In 1985, he went against the Milwaukee Bucks. Terry Cummings, Alvin Robertson, Paul Pressey, Sidney Moncrief. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That team won 59 games and was the second best defensive team in the league, defensive rating. Not only that, but your boy, Sidney Moncrief, was the defensive player of the year that season. He won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards, and he's a 6-time first-team All-NBA defender. Sidney Moncrief ain't no slouch. But see, they're not going to tell you about that. And then the 86 Celtics. That team had 5 Hall of Famers, 5 players that made the Hall of Fame. Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale shot 55 and 57% respectively. Larry Bird was the MVP for the 3rd straight season. Dude, they had some All-NBA players. That team was stacked, man. That Boston team was stacked. Stacked. That team was stacked. Bron is not overrated. The man is an all-time great. Do I think he deserves to be compared to MJ? No. But that's a media narrative. The man is one of the best basketball players I've ever seen. Exactly. I'm giving LeBron his props, man. It's just when it comes to comparisons to other all-time greats, that's where Bron loses. Because when I look at LeBron James, he's really, in my opinion, more of 6 to 10 when it comes to top 10. Now, obviously, everybody else can have him in the top 15, top 20 because he don't deserve it. That's fine. The way I'm looking at LeBron, he's not a top 5 player. That's just me personally. He's not a Mount Rushmore player, so forget that. That's just me personally. And on top of that, LeBron is not the GOAT. LeBron, to me, is more of that Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain realm when it comes to kind of like a 7 to 10 because of the fact that LeBron has lost more than he won, as statistically dominant as he been. But that doesn't mean that he's not an all-time great. And I told you, I got LeBron in my top 10, but I just don't think he's top 5, top 3, or, the greatest. Let's not look at Kobe like he is winning with underwhelming talent. Oh, no, he's not. No. Listen, man, with Kobe, they said that he arguably had the best front court in the NBA in 2009 and 2010. Kobe's an all-time great, and that's why I said I'm keeping it objective. That's what I said, bro. Media bashes Kobe for shooting too much against the Suns. Media bashes Kobe for not shooting against the Suns. The man can't win for losing. It's no question I take Kobe over Bron. If you need a bucket, Kobe, not afraid to go get it. Where Bron plays himself out of position and his stats accumulate off of high usage. People have to remember that there's a high usage rate. Let me just keep going over here in the comments section. Has LeBron won a ring without 3 All-Stars in one team? Kobe has. That's why MJ says that Kobe's better. Like I said, we could look at this 6 to 10. You're serious? Name your 5, please. Oh, easy, Rowdy. Number 1, Michael Jordan. Number 2, Kareem. Number 3, Bill Russell. Number 4, Magic. And number 5, Larry Bird. Simple. And like I said, this is my opinion. So Bryant has got MJ, Kareem, LeBron, Magic. Wow, he has Shaq at number 5, and he has Kobe at 6. Okay. LeBron is top 8 to 15. Well, he said 8 to 15. That's actually more fair. No one compares to MJ, yet he still can. We are not making excuses for MJ, but he was producing in the playoffs. And remember, even with Grant and Pip, Pistons beat the Bulls 3 straight years in 88, 89, and 90. Those guys were getting better, but they weren't fully developed. MJ had no all-stars on his team when he played the 84-85 Celtics. had 3 and the Bucks had 2. MJ's team was an 8 seed playing first seeds. As a matter of fact, why didn't the coaches decide to play George Gervin, who was actually on the Chicago Bulls? He didn't get playing time. And we can't even do that, too. Bron's Miami Heat team was stacked amazing, but let's not sit here and act like that Cavs team was the best team ever we have ever seen. It was okay, but full of former losers that Bron took to the next level. But here's the thing, though, Richard. When it comes to comparing themselves against the West, you look at them against the Golden State Warriors, the Cavs are more talented than Golden State. And also, the Cavs were the best team in the Eastern Conference because you have to understand there was really no talented teams in the Eastern Conference when LeBron went to 8 straight finals. You give the man credit, but the thing is he had to leave one team that he made 4 straight finals with. Then he had to go to another team to reach the conference, to reach the NBA finals another 4 straight years. That's why I said that LeBron gets all this credit for these 8 straight finals, but he had to jump ship to another team to keep that streak going. And then in his first year in the Western Conference, now, okay, people want to say 4th place. People want to say that the young guys got injured and LeBron got injured and all this kind of stuff. But people failed to look at the fact that when LeBron came back, they still had an opportunity to make the playoffs. And he would have gotten more credit had he been a leader to his team. The problem was he wasn't. And he got some great production from Kyle Kuzma and from Brandon Ingram. And also, Luke Walton really wasn't playing lineups. When you look at the lineups were just kind of weird. I was wondering why Tyson Chandler wasn't playing, JaVale McGee wasn't playing, even when they came back from injury. Some of the guys on the team weren't even getting playing time. So that just told me they just kind of packed it in, especially when LeBron didn't get the Anthony Davis deal. So that's why I tell people all the time, you got to put things into context. That's what we got to do. Richard says, let's not put false facts out there neither. Ron has 1 championship with Kobe. He only has 1. And MJ went up against all-time greats in the physical era, which makes him great, and now it's softer. Facts. Man, look at Kyrie and Kevin Love teams' records before he got there. That's true. But like I said, you got to also look at their rosters, too. Bron took that team to the finals with Matthew Dellavedova. Yeah, but again, you got to also use context into that. Because remember, Kyrie was healthy in 2016. You got to look at 2017 and 2018. Kevin Love actually played well in the finals. Kyrie Irving averaged 29 points per game in 2017. They actually had the Cavaliers low-key had better production than the Golden State Warriors, and it was actually more even in 2017, but they don't take that into account. Also, they don't take into account that Kyrie changed the series when it came to momentum. It wasn't LeBron James, it was Kyrie. But they only mentioned what the end result that they mentioned is LeBron led all statistical categories, which is true. It's true. He did lead all statistical categories. And LeBron, like I said, deserves his props. But the impact that Kyrie had in that 2016 NBA Finals cannot be ignored, and he outplayed Steph Curry. Bron is getting on Steph Curry like he was the one dominating the matchup, but it's like Kyrie outplayed Steph Curry in the point guard spot. So, his defense is not as great, but he did play some solid defense in the NBA Finals in 2016 against Curry. The Lakers were losing to some very weak teams too, which they shouldn't have lost to. Listen, man, the Cavs had some really good defensive teams. They just didn't have the talent offensively, but they were no scrub team. Love and Kyrie were all-stars and were on bad teams before Bron went to the Cavs. And people have to remember that when Kyrie signed a $90 million contract for 5 years, his thinking was that they were going to build around him. But as soon as he signed, that's when LeBron James came to Cleveland because he saw the opportunity. And the thing is, people say that when LeBron left, that the Miami Heat were never the same, but people forget that Wade was injured and Chris Bosh missed most of the season with blood clots. But Chris Bosh was playing at an all-star level. But the media doesn't talk about that. And you have to also remember that when you have your own system, your value is much higher. LeBron's the greatest ever, small forward ever. Bird is not even better than Durant, Snake, or now Bird had a bad back. He played 13 years. You can keep, like I said, that could be your personal opinion. Braun gets excused for his turnovers and high usage rates. Oh yeah, he does. He does. Okay. All right, let's get to the next category, ladies and gentlemen. So, getting back on here. Okay, next category. Who has the higher basketball IQ overall? So, this is individual and team IQ. Who has the better basketball IQ between Kobe and LeBron James? Let me know in the comment section. Who has the better basketball IQ? Let me know in the comment section. Who, in your opinion, has the better basketball IQ? You guys remember that? Do you guys remember that? I had to pull that up, pull that out of the bag. Check that out. Check it out in the comment section. Check that out. Like I said, man, this stream has been lit. You guys have been making some great points. Okay. He said, bro, this is tough, man. You're reaching. Ryan says, I believe LeBron has the better personal basketball IQ, but he arguably might be the greatest. It's definitely up there. LeBron's basketball IQ is possibly, personally, in terms of individual IQ, is probably up there. But man, Kyrie got hurt in game one. No, Richard, he did carry them. He did. I'm not disputing that. Please, people, stop making excuses. Greats do not need an excuse. They get it done, period. Two other All-Stars on your team is help. And remember, okay. Through finals records, I give it to Kobe. LeBron James has a better IQ because he's the better passer and more willing passer. He reads defenses like Peyton Manning. Seriously, no D writing intended. I got you. LeBron James, to be honest with you, is the Peyton Manning of basketball. Toss up. Shout out to Dylan Savage in the building. Yanni says, I feel like Bron had a better team IQ, but Kobe had a better player IQ because Bron would know what's best for the team, but Kobe also knew what was best for everyone and himself included. Oh, I like that. Basketball IQ is always subjective. Shout out to Freddie Gee. Again, where I come from, we bottom line those things into end results, and 5 and 2 trumps 3 and 6 on any planet. He says Kobe had a better world IQ. Shout out, I'm a Bird fan. Oh, he's a Larry Bird fan. He says Lou the Don. All right, appreciate it, Freddie. Again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button as you guys come in. Like I said, Kobe versus LeBron. Yo, it's got some people triggered up in the comments, man. But like I said, I love this debate. I definitely want to do another player versus. That boy AJ says I would say Kobe for team IQ and LeBron slightly for individual IQ. All right, cool. See adversity and blames teammates on the other team's stat. Kobe never said that, even when the 2000 ACs were very solid on defense. I remember Kobe throwing up some 35 footers, man, because the Celtics defense was crazy and they were packing it in on Kobe. They made sure he didn't go off, which tells you that tells you the respect the Celtics have for Kobe Bryant. Yeah, I think you're Jordan fan. That sounds like a LeBron session, Richard. No offense. 3 and 9 says otherwise. LeBron for me has a better basketball IQ offensively. He takes higher quality shots and passes. Okay. He says, man, IQ is tough, bro. Never. I'm just speaking facts. Bro, sexual. All right. Again, guys, it's just a debate. We not. Like I said, it's just a debate. We don't need to get into that whole, bro. Again, just try to be objective. You got some things, cool, but we're just keeping it objective. This is just a smackdown. And he said he's a Jordan fan. I mean, it's cool, bro. I like it. All right, let's go to the next category. And in my opinion, who is the better basketball IQ? To be honest with you, when it comes to team IQ, Kobe did a good job when he was in the system. LeBron James has a better individual IQ. I would give the team IQ a little more ahead to Kobe Bryant. But like I said, it's your personal preference at the end of the day. Kobe had better defensive IQ. That's the thing with Kobe. He doesn't have the size. shift different plans at pressure moments. LeBron's better IQ because of stat padding, and Kobe had a great IQ in understanding players by getting to teammates' skins and having the same mindset like Jordan. That's another good one. We should have a Kobe Bryant NBA Finals. We should have had one. Yep. That's not a great IQ to me. All right, cool. Like I said, this is all opinionated. Kobe studied and asked for help too from the greats. That says a lot. Very smart, student of the game all the way to his retirement. True. Even if people will say he's so inefficient, but at least he did go to all the greats. He even worked on his post game with Hakeem and his footwork. All right, so leadership, like I said, subjective, but here we go. Next category. Who was the more impactful player, in your personal opinion? Who was the more impactful player, in your personal opinion? Kobe or LeBron James? Who brought more impact to the game? This is an interesting one. We're going to talk about Brown losing with the Heat. Let's look at the fact that Kobe lost with Malone, Pape, and Shaq. He did, but it's true, Richard, but there's context to that too. Not saying that is not true. Kobe stunk up the joint in those 2004 finals. You're absolutely right, but there's more levels to that too. Some of it has to do with Phil Jackson. Some of it has to do with Shaq. Some of it has to do with Karl Malone too. Stat padding. Most people are opinionated, but when it comes down to debating and being analytical, you got to give props to where it's due. Exactly. You got to watch the games, guys. That's what I'm saying. The overall stats don't tell you. You got to watch games on eye test. Eye test is going to tell you much more than statistics in front. Statistics will tell you one thing, and the eye test will tell you another. Tyrese got Kobe. Richard is right. They're very similar. We talking about on the court. Just on the court. This is on the court. On or off the court, Joel's got Kobe. Genie says some YouTubers think MJ was a DeMar DeRozan. Hell no. No way. Shout out to Josh Brock. Thank you for coming through. Again, guys, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and make sure y'all sharing this video. Mike Brown won Coach of the Year under LeBron. He didn't last a year of coaching a Kobe-led team. Well, Kobe played the triangle. Mike Brown tried to bring the Princeton offense, and it was a little more difficult. And like I said, you're definitely right about that, Josh. But we got to go to levels. Yes, Hakeem, and even with Dirk too. Impact as a player, LeBron James. But to make a difference, Kobe. Okay. Play-wise, Kobe. There's a reason why we still let Kobe when we shoot the fadeaway. Malone and Peyton were out of their prime and too much drama in that 2004 Lakers downfall. And also, Phil Jackson wanted to stick it to Kobe because he called him uncoachable. That was the words out of Phil Jackson. That Kobe was uncoachable. He did not want to listen, and that was that. Kobe, because he was the most impactful in two eras, and he left his coaching on players like Luka, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, and even more. And everyone knows when you shoot a paper ball, you can yell Kobe. Okay. He says, if that isn't impactful, I don't know what is. Kobe's more impactful just because he brings it on both ends every game 100. Kobe was more impactful due to the fact that he was able to beat the 2010 Celtics even though his team wasn't favored to win. I would say LeBron. Kobe wasn't really that impactful unless he has Phil Jackson and a good big man like Gasol or Shaq. Even in 2008 for the Olympics showed you who was the more impactful player. Kobe look at those China clips and what teammates say about him on that Olympic team. Kobe was very impactful. He changed the culture of USA basketball in those 2008 Olympics. Got to give Kobe credit for that. Funny, Peyton won with Dwayne Wade. He did. But like I said, it was two different scenarios, though, when you look at those two teams. He did. I'm not going to lie. LeBron, because of his all-around game, like when he was with the Cavs by getting a bucket in a critical stretch, I would say Kobe. Mike Brown was a good fit for LeBron, not for Kobe. Yeah. And the thing is, Mike Brown is kind of a yes man, to be honest with you. Kobe didn't listen to him, and LeBron didn't either at times. Even some YouTubers think MJ was a bum and a myth, and Robin and Pip did all the work. When I listen to nonsense like this, I don't take certain opinions seriously. Facts. Malone had a great season. He did have a good season, but again, did I tell you, he was injured in the finals. But again, a lot of factors. I'm not saying that Kobe didn't stink up the joint. He did, and he even said it was his fault. But again, a lot of factors went into that downfall of that 2004 Lakers team. They started out promising, but again, Josh Brock says LeBron really should be compared to guys like Magic, the Big O, Penny, and T-Mac. I would say more so the Big O. In terms of Magic, it would really be more so their NBA Finals trips. That's the only real thing I could compare him to Magic, though. So that would probably be the only thing. But he is more so of the Big O. So I like the fact that you mentioned the Big O. Penny Hardaway, I don't see a LeBron Penny. I don't see a LeBron Penny comparison. But what I will say, Josh, though, is you can definitely make your case why LeBron's comparable to Penny, and I'll listen to you though for sure. T-Mac, that's a difficult one because LeBron at the very least was actually a little more efficient than T-Mac than he ever was in his career. All right, so Malone was 38. Actually, Malone was 40. Well, first of all, when you think of Black Republicans, a picture of Mike Brown and Carlton Banks just pops up in my. Okay, next category. Who is the better overall scorer? Who is the better overall scorer between LeBron and Kobe? This will be interesting. Who is the better overall scorer? LeBron, Kobe? Who was the more better overall scorer, LeBron or Kobe? LeBron is like a healthy Grant Hill. Interesting. Tell me how someone tried to convince that prime T-Mac is better than prime LeBron. Kobe. We got Kobe. Yeah, I can't say that. Sean says Kobe. Sean says Kobe. Peyton played 30 minutes a game, but Peyton was not good in the triangle offense. Peyton doesn't fit in the triangle. Peyton is more of an open court player. Kobe, he scored 81 in 3 quarters. Actually, no, Kobe scored 81 in 4 quarters. You mean, I think, 62 in 3 quarters. Kobe can post fade better. Kobe's the more skilled scorer. Bron thrives off of drives. Kobe does it all in his footwork and is impeccable. Kobe had an arsenal. LeBron not as much. Kobe, he could score outside, inside, and mid-range, and it took Bron a minute to get that outside scoring, and his mid-range isn't the craziest. That's a good point. Very good point. Kobe has more arsenals. He put it in more use than LeBron. Tyree says Kobe's the better versatile scorer, and LeBron's the better easy bucket scorer. Got you. Okay. Kobe, because he doesn't need to pound the ball for 30 dribbles. G-Money says, it's so crazy that Bron fans say he's not a scorer, but he's top 3 all-time in scoring list and might pass Kareem for number 1. That's just a narrative that LeBron and the media likes to throw out. But LeBron, he's a career 27-point per game scorer. You can't say that you're a pass-first player if your career average is 27 a game. Pass-first players are guys who average, like John Stockton, Jason Kidd. Those are pass-first players. You know, Magic Johnson, yeah, he developed his scoring later in his career, but he's a pass-first player. So, MJ, a mistype. Cool. Kobe putting aside the offense, 62 and 3. Yes. You mentioned on him being in Miami. He's in the 06. He was mostly on the bench. Yeah, Peyton was a bench player at that point. And Peyton was what? And because with the Heat. Kobe pretty easy. Shout out to Big Steve in the building. Appreciate you. He says hi. What's up? Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, man. And I appreciate you for coming through, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Want to do more for Kobe because he could play off ball. Just because Bron has more points than Kobe doesn't mean he's a better scorer because he doesn't have the outside touch like Kobe. Kobe actually in his prime, if you take away his years off the bench and if you take away his last couple of seasons due to injury, Kobe is actually a career. He's about close to 28 points per game. Just food for thought. And like I said, man, smash the like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe button as you guys come in. Okay, so when it comes to overall score, I would have to give the edge to Kobe. I would give it to Kobe because he had more in his arsenal. He had many different ways to score, so I would give him as the better overall scorer. Even though LeBron has a higher average than Kobe, if you look at LeBron's game, it took LeBron a while to get to where Kobe was at. Kobe was having this even in the beginning. But like I said, this isn't disrespect. These are, again, two great players. And, just giving them respect, and they're both all-time greats. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, who you care for your preference is your personal opinion. Okay. All right, we got two more categories. Two more. Kobe's a better shooter. Bron is a better finisher. I could agree with. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I could agree with that. I would have liked seeing LeBron and Kobe in the West. Yo, facts. Better measure. The East was the least overall. That's a good point, Jay. Go and check Kawhi, Jordan, KD. Once they're inside the three-point line, they rarely take more than 2 dribbles before they attack the bucket. Okay, Josh Brock. LeBron's jump shot is streaky, but he really isn't a true shooting guard like Kobe and MJ. LeBron's is streaky. Roddy Rassel's a pass first guy doesn't average 27 points per game for his career, man. That's a myth. Yeah, that is a myth. Kobe dropped 36 on Mike coming off the bench. Really? When did he do that? Excuse me. Excuse me. Wow. Actually, the better teams in terms of Bron would be more so Bron is bigger, so he should be a better finisher. Okay, so we're going to go to the next category. Who had the better career? Who has had the better career in your opinion? Who has had the better career? Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, in your personal opinion? Who has had the better career? Let me know in the comment section. Who has had the better career? Let me know in the comment section. And again, once again, shout out to everybody in the chat. And again, shout out to Big Steve for coming through. Like I said, smash that like and hit that subscribe button as you guys come in. MJ was 39 when Kobe dropped that on him. Are we talking about those 55 points? He said, Big Steve says Bron has had the better overall career. Okay. Ryan says D-Wade was reaching last night asking Steph who would win versus the Warriors. Joel says Kobe. Kobe has them rings. True. Heat versus Warriors, I mean. Kobe easily. Are you talking about LeBron and D-Wade and Chris Bosh's heat against the Warriors? Okay. Kobe right now. Steph said, come on, man. Richard, but Bron ain't done. No, it's true. Bron is not done. Bron is not done. Shout out to Pokemon 12. He says by year 16, 17, Kobe excluding the MVPs. Okay. And shout out to Pokemon 12. And like I said, man, guys, make sure y'all smash the like and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys share the stream. I appreciate everybody coming through. New people. And like I said to my subs, appreciate it. Yanni says Kobe, no contest. LeBron could have, but he lost in the finals multiple times. Kobe's had 81 points and 5 chips. MJ made a comment. Kobe made him play for it, though. MJ was old, but that was Kobe, though. D-Wade, LeBron has had the better career due to that he played in the East with super teams and the media love affair. Okay, in my opinion, I say Kobe. Kobe beat teams like the Kings, Spurs, Blazers, Jazz, Thunder, Suns. Brown played weaker East teams like the Hawks, Wolves, IT, Celtics. Some of them weren't beat. Okay, so that'll be a future video. LeBron had a better career as far as stats because he suffered no injuries and didn't come off the bench for 3 seasons, but Kobe as far as final success. Okay, Kobe and LeBron got to finish before we could really compare the two. True, but like I said, this does bring an interesting debate. So LeBron's still playing. Okay, good points. If LeBron had 5 rings when it's done, LeBron got it. Okay, we're going to see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last category. Who's the better team player? Who's the better team player? 2009 and 2010 MVP should be Kobe. Kobe has a case for 2009. And the thing is, so does Dwayne Wade, though. I'm about chips. Josh says, people act like LeBron didn't play his first 8 seasons on trash squads versus Kobe playing. Well, Josh, we got to be a little more careful when it comes to trash. These guys are NBA players at the end of the day, and you got to look at it this way. I would say that like this. Bron did not play on the most talented teams. I could say that. Yes, he did help a team go to the NBA Finals, but to say that the team was trash, no, I would not say that. Especially when they were very good defensive teams. Especially if you go from 2006 to 2010, the Cavaliers were in the top 10 in defensive categories. Look at that 2007 Finals. If you look at the 2007 Finals, Tim Duncan did not shoot well against that Cavs defense. He only shot 44% through the first 3 rounds in 2007. Tim Duncan shot. Wait, Josh came through? Oh no, wait. Tim Duncan shot 44%. He shot 54% in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. Manu Ginobili shot 36%, and he was shooting 48% in the first 3 rounds. So he's not pass first because he's averaged 27. So Magic's 19.5 ain't damn near 20 points. 20 is decent. Let's look into that. But no, LeBron is damn near 30 points a game. I'm not saying that Magic, but the thing is, Magic looked to incorporate his teammates first. And when Magic needed to score, he scored. But LeBron James gets everything within the flow of the game. But you cannot say you're pass first when your career averages are 27 points per game. LeBron James is, I believe, 4th or 5th all-time in scoring. Magic's not even close to that. So we really can't even say that he's a pass-first player. If LeBron was averaging around 19.5 a game, then you can make your case. But LeBron is at 27. And where does that rank him in NBA history? LeBron, I believe, is 4th or 5th all-time when it comes to scoring average. So that's a narrative that the media's been putting out there. That's media narrative. Kobe so far may not change. But if you want to keep that as your opinion, though, I'm cool with that. But I'm just telling you what I know. Has always said that LeBron needs at least one championship in the best conference. Kobe, he knew when to hang it up and knew how to leave on a good note. Kobe, Bron puts teammates under the bus. LeBron's trash squads. Kobe, Josh. Why no one ever brings up Tim Duncan's bad playoff games? That's a good question. Let me see. Kobe is the GOAT too. Bron, Kobe was low-key a ball hog. At least if people think Bron's a ball hog, he still put it in the hoop. Kobe was low-key a ball hog. He was low-key. Bron played on nice teams, but the teammates weren't trash. Kobe's a better team player. He's willing to do what is needed of the team. LeBron likes playing everybody's roles. Let's give Bron fans a giant group hug. Why nobody ever brings up Tim Duncan's bad playoff games? You know what, Tyree? If you could pull up those stats in a future video, or at least in the comment section, let me know. LeBron had trash squads early on. 2007 finals isn't trash. Needing D-Wade is a different story. LeBron definitely looks to pass first. I don't know what you're watching, man. Not insulting your b-ball intelligence. Dude, I never said that. LeBron looks to pass, but like I said, that is a media narrative, my friend. When it comes to this pass-first player, that's media narrative. LeBron can pass, and LeBron is a team player. Never said that. I'm telling you that's media narrative when they're saying he's pass first. You cannot be pass first and you're top 10 in scoring, and also your career average, not only in your scoring, but it's your career average. Shout out to Maze999 in the Cash App. Bron is a ball hog too. He's just more of a passing ball hog. That's a good point. I like that one. But I also will say this about Kobe. If Kobe doesn't sacrifice, he's not a 5-time champion, even though Kobe was ups in scoring, though. LeBron's a better team player. He practically a point guard, but I'll trust Kobe more in a system. With Bosh and Love stats being diminished after playing with LeBron, I have to give it to Kobe based off of Gasol, Bynum, and Lamar having their best stats during that. Thank you, sir. Pookie Man 12 right here, man. Came with the ether right here in the comments. Did you see that last part? People want to just say that Kobe's been selfish his whole career, but I just told you. Look what the man just put right here. Shout out to Pookie Man 12, man. Right here, it says it right here. This is true. And I told you, ask the players who he played with during those finals runs. They'll tell you that Kobe made them better. People are just going to say that, oh, well, look at what he did in 2014 and all that. I get all that, especially when the Lakers weren't winning. But also Kobe really didn't play on the court in those last 3 seasons. When he injured his Achilles, he missed the last 4 games of 2013. Look at 2014, he missed 76 games. And then in 2015, when he had rotator cuff surgery, he missed 47 games. And 2016, he did play 66, but the Lakers were pretty much a bad team, and the Lakers front office was not pretty good neither. So no trash teams win 61 and 66 games. All right, man. Okay. Kobe's legacy in the Lakers is better than LeBron's legacy in the Cavaliers. Shout out to Layla. 60 wins is not a trash team. I see in the building. Money Mark, Kobe's legacy is better than LeBron's legacy. Team player, I would have to say on the court, LeBron. Overall, Kobe. Kobe, because he knows what's the best for the team. And if that's having the ball in his hands and being able to prove it, then that's best for the team. Okay? He says, dude, if they weren't anywhere near their prime, what's the point of mentioning them? Jameson was long done. And Shaq, bro, are you serious? Oh, man. You guys are funny, man. Freddie, big facts. And like I said, man, I'm just having fun with this. I'm just having really fun with this. Damn, some of these are just plain bad, man. There we go. This is a little bit better right here. Okay. Like I said, he said, Freddie, big facts. Big facts. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. What category are we on now? Yep, they were expected to make the finals. That's why I pull up the puppet. They was like, where was Kobe in 2007? The 2007 Lakers were nothing compared to the 2009 Lakers. What category are we on now? Oh, I said who's the better team player between Kobe and LeBron? Better team player. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Kobe is a psycho. I will say that, man. Kobe at times could be a little bit psychotic. That's definitely true. That is definitely true. Okay. So, check this out, guys. I want to bring up a stat for LeBron to prove that he is clutch. So I'm gonna give him some credit. I'm gonna give him credit. I said, "Where you been at, hater?" That's funny. 2018 Cavs weren't that bad. Better team player is LeBron. Okay. All right. So, 2007 Lakers were supposed to lose to the Suns in the first round. People forget that Amari was injured in 2006, and then he was back in 2007. Him, Sean Marion, and Steve Nash all made the All-Star team in 2007. So, but that 2009 Magic team was better at every matchup position that the Cavs were. But the Cavs also, they were very weak defensively. When I looked at some of the defense, they were very lazy. You got to watch that series. Some of the matchups were, man, doesn't want to be beat at anything. Let me see. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. So, where was I going? Oh, to LeBron. Let's go into LeBron. Cavs had more All-Stars than the Magic in 2009. I think Dwight Howard, Jameer Nelson was an All-Star, but he was injured for that series against LeBron and the Cavaliers. Here's a stat for LeBron in the 2014 NBA season. When we talk about clutch players, out of the 12 players that took at least 90 field goal attempts in the 2014 NBA season, in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, here are the 12 players that took the most attempts during the said clutch. Kevin Durant, 50 out of 132, 37.9%. John Wall, 45 out of 119, 37%. Kyrie Irving, 44 out of 117, 37.6%. Steph Curry, 46 for 112 at 41%. Carmelo Anthony, 39 for 110 at Rosen, 36 for 107 at 33. Al Jefferson was 42 for 100. Monte Ellis was 44 for 99, 44%. Kemba Walker was 34 for 99 at 34.3%. Then Dirk Nowitzki was 39 for 98 at 39%. LaMarcus Aldridge was 31 for 96 at 32.3%. And LeBron James was 46 for 95, and he shot 48.4% in the clutch, and he actually had the highest effective field goal percentage. That was for the 2014 season, so I was just bringing that up. I love a bit of psycho in my players. Oh, man. Okay. Braun keeps an extra set of personal items in storage at the airport just in case he sees a better opportunity elsewhere on the planet. Pre-written speech wrote by Harvey Weinstein. You should try it. Girls love it. Alphaness. So LeBron lost to Dwight with Dwight starting point guard injured. Freddie, I see. He says, Louis, do you think LeBron's playing style would work in the 90s during MJ's era? I would say it would and it would not. So a little bit of both. I would say it would and it would not. A little bit of both. Mo Williams, Big Z, and Braun are former All-Stars. Lewis and Howard are the only former All-Stars on that team. It's just facts. Layla, I guess no shout out. What happened to the love-hate connection? Hey, I've been super busy. We had a problem with the plumbing again. I don't troll when it comes to Braun. He says, I'm just trying to state the facts. Can you please stop bringing up Mo Williams like he was Tony Parker or something? Ouch. No. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the video with this. Who, in your personal opinion, was the better overall player between Kobe? Great players can play in any era. That's very true. Let's see. Work in the 90s. Have you seen his flops? I mean, there were players who flopped in the 90s, but some of the other ones really didn't flop, though. I could definitely tell you that MJ wasn't on one of them. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, who in your personal opinion, like I said, was the better overall player in this debate? Kobe. Big Steve says, can we all agree that Miami was the best team for LeBron? Yes, I can agree with that. He wouldn't. Kobe's the better player, bro. Kobe is gangster, but LeBron is better overall. Okay, there goes Layla. Joel's got Kobe. Kobe. G Money hell. Bron probably told the fans to vote for Mo Williams to get him into the All-Star game because y'all swear he has that type of power. Kobe was better by far. Yanni says Kobe. Kobe was by far the better player, says Kobe. LeBron is the better overall player. Kobe. So like I said, LeBron is underrated in the clutch in the playoffs. They don't mention, though, he is 0 for 6 in the last 25 seconds in the NBA Finals when you have a chance to tie or go ahead. But they don't mention that stat, though. Michael Jordan is 4 for 8. I'm just saying. But gangster takes him above LeBron when it counts. All right. The question is, can LeBron's system work in the 90s? No championships with that style then. Overall, Bron, scoring mentality, work ethic, Kobe hands down. Mo wasn't trash. He nearly averaged 20 and made the All-Star team. Give him his credit. Majority says Kobe's better. Man, I got to say Bron just slightly. Okay. Just seeing what you guys chatting about now. Right, Ryan? It's like, yo, the war zone that be happening here is crazy. LeBron is the better loser of the both. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, that's let me just pull off another myth on Kobe Bryant, man, to prove that this dude was better than people give him credit for. LeBron, because he was so aggressive to the hoop and he's such a clutch player. He says, I got Kobe. Pookie says Kobe's passing was underrated. Facts. Kobe has better defensive skills. Facts. Offensively, Kobe was more well-rounded. I like LeBron's game, but he picks Kobe. Perfect objective statement. I couldn't have said that any better. Shout out to Pookie Man 12. Smash the like and hit that subscribe. Freddie Gee, LeBron got the ultimate MVP stimulus package from the NBA. Kobe, I got to say Kobe easily. Pookie Man 12, facts. Yanni says Kobe had the balls to face up against MJ, who was the greatest player, and not be scared of that mental edge he had on people. And that mentality is insane. I agree with that. Money Mark. All right, cool. Let me just dispel another Kobe myth, and then I'm going to end it on this, guys. I want you guys to choose who do you want for me to do another versus video when it comes to players. Let it be anybody, man. Let it be anybody. So we got Kobe and LeBron. Let me know in the comments who would you like for me to do next in a versus battle. Let me know in the comments. Okay. Did he say Bron's a better loser? The greatest loser? Oh man, he just called you out, Layla. There you go. Kobe had a nice size handle too. Very latest. Shout out to Johnson who says he's back. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Johnson Daly's channel right here for the people who are in here. And like I said, I want to giving him his respect. Guy's got a great channel. Let me just go real quick and look in here. I just had it. There we go. I wonder why it never pops up when I try to. Let me go to subscriptions. There you go. That should give me a better. Okay. Yanni says he wants Magic Johnson against Larry Bird. Okay. Isaiah Thomas against Curry. Give me MJ against Larry Bird. Ooh, I like that. Isaiah against Kobe. Isaiah against Kobe. Magic versus Larry. You should do a Steph Curry versus Russell Isaiah Thomas to see who is better. MJ versus Kareem. Okay. Magic against Bird. Do a LeBron versus Bird. I did make a comparison of them already in a video, so I'm going to have to hold off on that one for the LeBron versus Bird because I already did a comparison between those guys. Ooh, LeBron versus KD. That one is very interesting. I like that one. Steph and Isaiah Thomas is a good one. D Wade against Allen Iverson. Prime T-Mac against KD. James Harden is what Big Steve has. Jason Kidd against Steve Nash. Jay says Will versus Byron Russell. Figure out a way. Let's do this. Will against Russell. Okay, Jay. I think I'm going to put a string of videos together for that one. Wow. MJ versus Kareem. That sounds like a mismatch. I think that's to say MJ, he ain't the GOAT. Iverson versus Kyrie. That's tough. You can do today's players. I don't mind. LeBron against D Wade. Wow. The best friends going at it. Okay. Magic against Bird. I always have a hard time placing them. Giannis against KD. Okay. Yo, man, you guys got some good choices, man. This is hard. I'm leaning towards Magic against Larry, but I would do a Wilt against a Bill Russell for sure. All right, guys. Let me just make sure that I go to. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So like before, like I said, we end. Make sure you guys again subscribe to the man's channel right here. Shout out to Johnson Daly. Make sure, and I put the link inside the chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Johnson Daly's channel. Show the brother some love. 6'2" says, did you choose who was the better overall player between Kobe and LeBron? Both great players. Me personally, I like Kobe over LeBron. That's just me. That was a joke, Louis. Harder to find footage. True that. Ooh, Shaq against David Robinson, and they had beef. Richard said Alex English against Melo. Reggie Miller against Ray Allen. That's another good one. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Again, guys, go show my brother Johnson Daly some love, man. Make sure y'all can subscribe to the channel. I left his link in the chat, and I'll put it again so that for those who didn't see it, make sure y'all go put it in. So there you go. And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to, I'm also going to put my PayPal in the chat. 6 foot said, thank you, my man. Oh, man, did you add up the votes? Kobe won. To be honest with you, it's really close. I actually didn't, Layla, I actually didn't do T-Mac against Paul Pierce. Interesting. Reggie Miller against Ray Allen. Layla, I didn't do votes. I actually did it with opinions to the public. I didn't even do that. So what's your socials if you're up for more debating? Oh, I think you mean what? You mean in terms of what do you mean by socials? Do you mean like social media? Is that what you mean? You could use my Twitter. I don't know if you have Twitter, but I'm gonna actually put my Twitter in here if you guys want to use that. I'm gonna put my Twitter in here so that you guys can follow me on there. Actually, you can also follow my put my Twitter on. You can actually get my Twitter on my page actually, so you guys can get it from there. Um, let me just go real quick. Let me just go to the channel. Let me just get that. Let me just. Where is my damn? Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. Here it is. Let me see. Here we go. Copy. Okay. So if you guys want my Twitter account, here it is. And I put it here. So there's my Twitter if you guys want to add me on Twitter and then follow me there. Freddie Gee says, oh, like Instagram? I got Instagram too. This is my Instagram for those if you want to follow me. So here it is. What is it? Here we go. There is my Insta. So if you guys want to follow me there as well, there's Insta as well. Big Steve says, Louis, man, do you think MJ is the best player of all time? In my personal opinion, he is, but I know there's a lot of old school players who don't think he is, and they judge it from their eras. But in my personal opinion, I think MJ is the best of all time. I know everybody has a subjective opinion. People will think differently, so it really depends. But there, Hakeem against Dennis Rodman, Freddie G, points, wins games. I was looking at Will's stats last night and debating on Facebook last night. Will is really the GOAT. Well, when you look at stats, yes. And when you're talking about the statistical GOAT, this guy, Will Chamberlain, has, I believe Will Chamberlain has, close to 80 NBA records that are still standing to this day. So I think that so when you look at the statistical, when you talk about overall athlete and statistical, Will is the GOAT in that aspect. So I might be doing I probably will be doing a top 50 players list. Let me just make sure that I also have, when we look at again, guys, you guys don't have to, as I always say, but if you guys want to, as I always do, and like I said, make sure you guys go subscribe to my man Johnson Daly's channel. I'll put his link up in the chat. Just make sure that you guys scroll up for it. And, like I said, man, like I said, you guys are like definitely well appreciated, man. I appreciate everybody popping through in this chat. Make sure you guys are sharing the content as well. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Freddie for the donation, and also shout out to you, Johnson Daly, for the donation as well. I appreciate it. Chris Paul against Tony Parker. We got some interesting ones. Ooh, Tari says MJ versus Dr. J. That's an interesting one too. All right. So Will Chamberlain was a big man playing a little man's era. Actually, not really. The names were not recognizable, but there were a lot of tall players in the 60s. There were. CP3 against Tony Parker. That's a good one. I like that one. All right, man. So I did put the PayPal in the chat. If you guys would like to, you don't have to, but you can if you want to. So it's all up to you. And so again, guys, a shout out to Gianni for subscribing and also subscribing to my Twitter as well. So I appreciate it, guys. So yo, man, your boy Louis is going to continue to come with this heat. I appreciate everybody coming through for this stream. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Scottie Pippen against LeBron. Oh, that's a good one. That's an interesting one, too. Freddie says, we'll have 53 points, 32 rebounds, 14 assists, and 24 blocks and 11 steals in one game. That's why I said we got to put props. Ooh, D-Rose against Allen Iverson. So we want to do Moderns 2000s. So you have Kobe 11th. I'm curious. Like I said, there's levels to why I have him 11th. So there's levels to that. Like I said, Kobe was, other than Jordan, he was my favorite player growing up. And I'm going to be honest, I was a Kobe stan before this. So I was a Kobe stan before that. But once I looked at Kobe's career, that was when I started to look things more objectively. And that's why I have Kobe where I have him. But like I said, I'll get into a detailed video of that when I do a personal Kobe video. But like I said, I put some stats out there. And like I said, but I was as objective as I could be with him. So. Oh, I like this one. Oh, D-Rose and Westbrook? I like that, man. And again, stats are cool, but eye test is everything. And so we got to use that, man. So, oh, shoot, Penny versus Kobe? Wow. It's a little bit tough for Penny Hardaway just for the fact that, well, you can look at the stats when you break down things, but it's tougher for Penny because Penny doesn't have the overall stats, and it kind of hurts him because his career was very short. He did play 14 seasons, but he didn't play a lot of games. He had a lot of injuries after that 97 season. So after 97, yeah, Penny made 2 All-Star teams, but he was pretty much done after that. That's unfortunate, too. Dirk against Tim Duncan. Okay? Dirk against Duncan. No way Isaiah Thomas is ranked over Kobe, Lewis, but it's your opinion. To be honest with you, if you look at the 11 to 15, it's very fluid. Because I got Kobe and Isaiah both in the top 15, it's a very fluid list. You can really honestly flip flop them however you want from 11 to 15. But like I said, some people have Kobe in the top 10. Some people have Money Mark says he wants to do MJ versus Drexler. To be honest, man, Gerald Wallace and Paul George, man, I gotta hear your top 20 list straight up. No doubt, you will get my top 20 list. To be honest with you, I'm actually gonna do a top 50 list. So we're gonna hear the 50 greatest players. We're gonna see who deserves to be in the top 50 and who gets snubbed. So we're gonna see that, and I think the top 50 list is gonna be actually even more interesting. But yeah, you will definitely hear my top 20, and I'm gonna make my cases. But like I said, remember, it's based off of what I see and what's my criteria for where I rank players. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love the ideas that you guys give. Magic Johnson against John Stockton, to me, that's a mismatch. That's Magic all the way. John Stockton was a great player, great point guard, but that's a tough matchup right there going up against Magic, especially because what Magic already trumps John Stockton isn't hardware. Ooh, Charles Barkley against Karl Malone. I like that. I like that. That's a very good matchup, especially considering what they I have Harden, Westbrook, and Kawhi in my top 50. Okay, Nash versus Stockton. All right, no doubt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody. Karl Malone against Tim Duncan. Layla, I can understand, but if you won before then, I can't knock him. You played to dominate and to win. At the end of the day, it's everybody's opinion. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for popping through. This was another wonderful stream. You guys brought some great points. There was some battle in between. There was a little fanboyism. But at the end of the day, it's all love. And like I said, man, I appreciate everybody, man. Of course. Like, you guys are wonderful. I appreciate you. So from the Louis Sports Network, this was another live one. I thought this live stream was lit. You guys brought some very nice points, some objective, some biased, but at the end of the day, it's all love. We appreciate the game. Hakeem versus Patrick Ewing is going to be another one. But as always, on the Louis Sports Network, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Deuces, everybody. Pound it with your chest 3 times is my motto. Live, laugh, love. Smash the like. Hit that subscribe. Once again, share the stream. And again, when the stream pulls up, make sure y'all go to Reddit to put this stream up. It'll be able to get more people, again, to come in. And like I said, I definitely can't wait for the playoffs because it's definitely going to be lit when I do these playoff streams. Hopefully, if the season comes back, man. All right. Yanni, hit me up. Hit me up around, I want to say around 12, 1 o'clock-ish if you're not busy on social media. And we could talk more. All right, because I got work in the morning, so I got some work, but just definitely hit me up, though, no doubt. All right, man, so from the Louis Sports Network, man, have a wonderful night, everybody. Keep it classy. We back with another versus. If we look at tomorrow, we got tomorrow we talking baseball. We're talking baseball. Friday will be basketball, but I got baseball tomorrow. So for my baseball fans, make sure y'all pull up. And we doing I'm in at 8 in the morning. So, so we got so we talking about the home run chase of 1998 with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire tomorrow. And then we got Alex Cora being suspended for the 2020 season and, what's baseball looking like, for the future. So we got to talk. All right. So again, have a wonderful night, everybody. Yeah, make sure you guys put that on Reddit, man. Make sure you guys put that on Reddit if you guys know how to do that. All right, cool. Huggies, everybody, as Layla likes to put. Appreciate you all. Daps up. Stay blessed. Stay safe. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Oh, Jay says Yankees. That's my guy right there, Yankees fan. You already know. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Layla, cut it out. Don't start. Me and you, we're gonna go at it if I see you tomorrow. Stop it.